Welcome, everybody, to today's episode. I'm really excited to be cracking on with our class warfare episodes here in 2025. Really excited to be throwing some dice behind the new 2024 subclasses also. So welcome, everybody out there listening, and welcome to dear friends. Let's go around the room and just remind everybody who's playing what and what we got going on. So, Sergio, let's start with you tonight, sir.
Hello, my name is Sergio from the Dungeons and Dragons Lorecast. I will be playing Darnathan Glowshadow, a gnome druid whose subclass is a Circle of the Stars.
Awesome. I love it. Mr. Rosser, let's go to you.
Hi, I'm Michael Ross. I am straddling the two worlds of Tabletop Journeys and the RPG Academy. I am going to be playing Farron Klaus, who is an ice-themed tiefling. So think Milton's Paradox Lost, the icy level of hell. That's where my tiefling traces their ancestry to. I am playing the Circle of Land druid, and I am small. I'm a tiefling, but I'm small.
All right, and the newcomer to our little band here, Jake. Welcome, first of all, to Tabletop Journeys. It's your first time appearing on our side of the microphone. I know Lewanika appears over with you all the time, but why don't you tell our audience who the hell you are and what you're doing here?
Yeah, my name is Jake. I am the director of content for the RPG Academy, my self-given title that Michael approved. I've been dealing with, just taking over the YouTube channel and some of the socials and really just, doing some testing with Michael on what direction we want to take it in.
I like it. I love it. Well, welcome to Tabletop Journeys. Who are you going to be playing tonight?
I am playing Caltifax, a Goliath druid, Circle of the Moon.
Awesome. I love it. All right, Mr. Miller, how about you? As we all know who you are, but if you want to go ahead and throw it out there. What do you got tonight?
Well, yes, I am Lewanika of Tabletop Journeys, just in case. There might be newcomers here. But I am playing Thalor Stormtide, and he is a very cool druid.
He wears shades at night.
Yeah. Is he as
I
cool
don't
as the
like
ice
the
druid,
implication that the rest of us aren't cool druids.
Oh, no. It is not that you're not cool, druid. And actually, he's not as cool as Michael's druid, because Michael's druid has got all the icy stuff.
Yeah.
But Thalor is a druid of the Circle of the Seas.
I like it. Cool. Excellent. Well, Circle of the Seas will be very appropriate for tonight's encounter. So let's set some kind of some conceits ahead of time here. I had an idea for how we would go ahead and get this started, but we can go ahead and kind of roundtable it and see if we're all happy with that. So the encounter tonight is going to be kind of a two-stage encounter. The first thing that we're going to do is a skills challenge, and depending on the result of that skills challenge, we'll determine how the combat encounter that follows goes. There may be some pluses, some minuses, some things that happen on that front. But my idea is that basically we're playing kind of like an environmental corruption needs to be cleaned up sort of encounter here. My idea was that all of you druids are maybe familiar with each other, maybe not, but basically an arch druid of your particular circles has said, hey, we've got some grunt work that needs to be done. I need you four to go and do the thing. Was basically what my thought was, but if you guys have any other thoughts or anything else that you want to go ahead and include in kind of that conceit, I am happy to go ahead and open it up.
I think that's absolutely works for what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Cool. Is there a nature to the corruption? Like that? Is it just bad, or is there like a specific?
A nature to the corruption. So the no one's really sure. So no one has been able to kind of. You're going to be getting on a boat. In fact, let me spin up the boat on the map here. So you're on a boat heading to an island, which is dealing with said corruption, and no one has been able to get close enough to the island to go ahead and really make that determination. So that's kind of the bummer of it all. And as you kind of on your boat begin, you see why no one has been able to get close enough to the island to do it. There, as you approach it, there seems to be some gigantic kind of green fog encircling the island. So this is going to be the skills portion, the skills challenge portion of it. would you guys like to know the parameters, like in terms of like the numbers of the skill challenge, or do you have any questions on how a skills challenge works in general? It's a 4E concept, but it's something that we use a lot. So,
Yep. I just whatever you think the audience needs to know, I will happily go with.
Yeah. So let's kind of just let's give a quick primer then. So basically a skills challenge will run very much like a combat. We will have you guys all roll initiative. It's the initiative that we'll keep for the entirety of the evening. So we'll only have to do it once. But basically instead of making combat-y actions, you will make skills-based actions instead. So if you want to learn something about it by making like an arcana or a nature check, there will be kind of a static DC that's used throughout the skills challenge. And your objective here as the players will be to get more successes and gain more information than failures, and that there is a threshold number for both of those things, and depending on how that happens, you'll see as the skills challenge kind of plays out how I'm narratively running it, but that's the long and the short of how this is going to work. So let's start with the four of you guys, unless there's any other questions. I wasn't sure. Nope. Let's have you all roll initiative then, and then we'll get this party started.
Let's rock and roll.
Let's get frosty.
There it is. Well, already Lewanika's having to one-up me, literally.
Sergio, did you roll one?
No, I rolled a 20.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine.
With my modifier. But Lewanika, what did you roll?
Well, I rolled a 21. Also with my modifier.
One-upping me.
Yeah, I like it. The trend
I don't
continues.
think you rolled a 21 on a D20. Naturally.
Check that.
That is fairly accurate. It is unlikely that I rolled a 21 on a D20.
But I've seen a lot of crazy things on a D&D table. I haven't seen that one yet.
Yep. All right.
I have seen a 36 on a D20 once. That was... And yes, we called him out on that too.
Jake, how about you, sir? What do you got?
I got a 17.
17 for Jake. Michael, sir?
I'm tiptoeing due to the icy conditions with an 11.
With an 11. All right. So, Michael, pulling up our anchor leg here. That means that our first skill bid will come from Mr. Lewanika Miller. So, hit me up, sir. What you are on the boat. You see this greenish cloud surrounding what you presume to be your target. It seems scary and corrupty and something you generally don't want to get into. But tell me what your thoughts are. Tell me what you're doing. Muted.
Being a native of aquatic things, I am playing, and I didn't mention this earlier, a storm Goliath myself. So I'm used to these kind of environments. I'm very concerned about the creatures of the area. I want to make sure they're safe. And also, I figure looking at the creatures who might be stuck in this cloud or coming from this cloud might be of interest and maybe something to be wary of. So I think at this point, perception, I want to kind of look, be very careful in how I investigate. I want to look at the tide, the way the water rolls out of this or rolls into it, and just get a sense of the smells and sounds of the natural environment.
I like it. So give me that perception roll and let me know what you get.
Well, there are days you go in the exact opposite direction of your initiative round. So I have a 7 as a total, but I should, in the interest of full disclosure, advise that was a natural 1.
A natural 1 to start us off this evening. Well, so I am
Not
going
a good
to,
omen.
Yeah, so I do appreciate
the tide is not with me
there. So for now, I'm not going to do anything with that natural 1. I am, however, going to bank it for use later, as is right and proper. So as you are as you're kind of getting a bearing as far as like what is happening with the water and what this is, you definitely pick up kind of a sharply acidic smell coming from the island. It is this kind of like burns your nostrils a little bit. And as you're kind of trying to figure out, you're trying to place it, you're not quite sure what it is. But what you realize is that as you're kind of trying to perceive it and see what's going on, the reason why it's getting into your nose is that the cloud is getting closer to you now.
So the cloud itself is moving.
The cloud itself. The cloud itself is getting bigger.
Okay, I wanted to clarify. It's not moving towards us.
Yeah. It's not like it is moving towards you. Yeah, it's expanding. It has just expanded with your failure. So now you kind of get a scope for what may be happening as successes or failures happen. So let's see if we can continue here. Sergio, I think you are next on my list. What up?
Well, what is up is I want to roll a nature check. I want to comb my own personal knowledge, stuff that I've seen. I want to comb my education, stuff that I've learned about, to try to figure out if there's anything that I've come across that might resemble this, that might trigger something in my memory banks that would help us know what we're dealing with.
Yep, I like it. Roll me that nature check.
16.
16. A 16 is a success. So as you are sort of kind of trying to ask, again, you're getting the feeling that it is distinctly unnatural for one thing. It is, again, it kind of has this like super acidic.
Natural.
Yeah, that ain't right.
Point to the like that's not supposed to be there.
But the one thing that you are able to get is that as you're kind of poking around and you're kind of looking for like how the cloud is kind of expanding and shaping and everything like that, you notice that it does seem to be emanating from like one part of the island, and you feel like you can give the captain some direction on how to kind of sail around it so that you don't have to sail through it, which would be advantageous. Sailing through it would be a bummer. So. So that is a good bonus for you guys to go ahead and help avoid what's going on here. So
this part of the island, is it close to like the coast? Is it the center of the island?
It's not on the coast. It's inland a little bit. And the one thing that you notice is that there's kind of it's like. There's like a cave, like some sort of a cave that a river runs through, and the cloud seems to be emanating from the cave.
Ah, a river runs through it.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
the cave that is.
And as the water, it's not even so much. It's not like there's like a fog machine in the cave or anything like that. It's more just like the river running out of it runs into the water around it, and the water is kind of like giving off like this greenish steam and everything like that as it kind of hits the in like the brackish water sections, like it's kind of continuing to kind of like billow up and form this cloud and everything like that. So now that you kind of like gotten a look at it, it's not like it's more just kind of, it's like that sort of thing that's going on here. So but your nature check seems pretty conclusive that the cave is where it's at. So
got it. Yeah, I let the party know, I let the captain know.
Yep.
And full steam ahead.
Yeah, the captain's very appreciative. He's like, yes, that seems like if we can circumvent a little bit, mean you guys have to walk a little bit longer, but that will be just fine. I don't have a problem with that. So you guys are natural walking types. So it's
I got 2 legs. Let's go.
All right, Jake, what do you got?
This might be a stretch.
Like it.
I want to use intimidation to get the captain to pull the boat closer, so that way we can get a better look and maybe collect some samples and whatnot. And they seem a little standoffish from the giant green cloud of death. So I just want to stand up next to him and say, "Pull boat closer."
I really wish you were trying to intimidate the green cloud.
I like it.
You better stop growing. I'm going to give you a knuckle sandwich. You grow one more time.
I like it. Roll your intimidation check and see if we can convince the captain.
No. 6. Jeez Louise.
Michael, you're gonna have to help me out. I can't be pulling all the way. All the
way. How bad is it, Jake?
It's bad.
So it's a 6 total. I rolled a 2.
Oh, that's twice as good as Lewanika, though.
Twice as good as Lewanika. So
we're moving on up.
Another failure though. So again, you're talking to the captain. You're like, Captain, I really think we need to go ahead and I'm narrating you, of course, but Captain, we need to get closer. We need to figure out what this thing is going on. We need to know what we're facing. And the captain looks at you and says, "Well, we may not have the option not to do that for very much longer." As you see,
technically, you succeeded because we are now closer to the cloud because the cloud is now closer to us.
That is true.
So
that is true.
Vis-a-vis transitive properties, I think that's a success.
Yeah, the Russian judge says no, Michael, unfortunately. But that does mean that it is your turn. So
okay.
At a cost.
Yeah, yes,
exactly right.
You succeeded at a cost.
Succeed with the complication. Exactly. Yeah.
So my thought here is I want to use an instance of my Druidcraft spell. One of the abilities is I can bloom. I can instantly make a flower blossom, a seed pod open, or a leaf bud bloom. So I'm going to pull a seed pod from my vest pocket, hold it out, catch it on the wind, activate Druidcraft, because I want to see what happens when this newly budded bloom goes into this cloud.
I love it. So the way that we're going to go ahead and adjudicate this, I'm going to make you make an Arcana check, basically to go ahead and determine what you can learn from this activity. Like the activity basically happens. The question is now, what can you determine from it?
Perfect. That is what I was expecting. So thank you for that. That is a 15 total.
15 succeeds,
Yes.
Which is good. So so you kind of like let the bloom go and it flies off into the cloud. As soon as it touches that green cloud, it shrivels and desiccates into like Thanos at the end of Avengers, snaps them into dust. As like basically as soon as you hit the cloud, and you're able to determine that whatever this thing is, whatever this poison cloud, for lack of a better term, is, clearly is damaging plant life and everything like that. And when Sergio, when you see Michael's character do that, as you kind of, again, with your nature check, you kind of like look back and you see, there's definitely like along the banks of that river, you can see like any sort of like grasses or reeds or anything like that definitely seem to be kind of pulling back from that river. So you are able to back up that assertion from him that this thing seems to be killing plant life.
Would I classify that as like necrotic damage energy, or is this some other version or not classifiable yet?
Not necrotic.
Okay.
But I like what you're thinking. I like where you're going. Try to go ahead and classify what exactly it is that you're facing, but not necrotic.
Okay.
So I will give you that one. So
excellent.
All right. That brings us up to the top of the round. So Lewanika, even with your natural one last time around,
I mean, you cannot do worse.
It is in theory not possible to do worse. So
he could roll his dice. He could like split down the middle.
That's true.
And like all of his 2-digit numbers could be all ones on one side. Like that. That would be worse.
We're looking at the cloud. We're seeing it grow. We're not getting like the sample type thing. There's a bunch of things that aren't going right for us.
You are correct.
I think the best thing I can try to do is really try to find a way. Like, I know we found the path to steer the captain, but I'm worried about other failures making this harder. I'm worried about this becoming a dynamic situation that quickly spirals out of control. So because of that, what I want to do is utilize my knowledge of the natural environment, the seas, the way the water's flowing despite this thing, and my survival skills, and try to plot a good course for our captain.
Yep. I like it. Give me your survival roll.
Yeah, so that is a 9, and I am improving.
Is that a modified 9 or is that a 9 on the
It's
dot?
a modified 9.
Modified 9. Cool.
And I am improving.
Yeah.
Baby steps. Baby steps.
Well, that is a third failure, which, again, you're kind of seeing the cloud growing a little bit taller. You're trying to go ahead and find a path. It seems like the only path so far that has been found was the one that Sergio was able to sniff out there, kind of going wide around the cloud. But you can feel the winds kind of changing. You can feel sort of like, you can definitely feel like, the tide is not to your advantage here, as the cloud continues to kind of grow. Even that potential path is going to be problematic very soon, and so yeah, that's your third failure. I will say, in full disclosure behind the screen here, you guys have one more failure before the skills check ends.
Okay.
So because at that point, the condition will have
can't get worse, right?
It can't get worse, exactly. Yeah. So Sergio, that puts the onus in your hands, sir. What do you got?
Well, so we see this this river going through a cave. It seems to be emanating from that cave, not so much like just coming out of it, but that seems to be the source of it for all intents and purposes.
Correct.
The plants seem to move away from it.
Let me go ahead and kind of clarify. It's not so much that the plants are like, they're not like bending away from it. It's that if plants touch this corrupted water, they die. So let me clarify that point.
Okay.
Yeah, much like the seed pod that Michael released, plant matter seems to be dying when it touches this. So
Okay.
so at that moment, you realize you're on a wooden boat.
It's wood, which is made of a plant. It comes from a plant, a tree. I'm a druid. I know these things.
Talking like the most interesting man in the world over there. It's like an Old Spice commercial.
I don't always ride a boat, but when I do, it's made out of wood, which is trees.
Right. So, all right.
Let me see here. So we are right now. The boat is sailing around. It's finding a path around the.
Exactly.
Our good friend Count Effects failed to bully the captain into
steering straight through it. So, which is somehow a failure. Yeah.
Can I roll an insight check? And okay, no, that doesn't make any sense because I'm not trying to insight anyone's. There's no one to insight. I can't insight a green.
Well, I mean, you could probably. I could see a way to kind of use insight to see if you can determine kind of what the nature of this thing might be and why is it expanding, that kind of thing. So I can see a case for insight. I'm not.
If you fail, you're going to inside a combat, so that might work.
Hey, okay, yeah. So, well, I mean, I'll go ahead and use perception rather than insight. But yeah, just try to use perception to determine, what is this man-made? Is this something natural? Something unnatural? I mean, is there like what are the machinations behind this? Behind this phenomenon.
I love it. I love it. Give me your perception check.
You're gonna love that 18.
I am gonna love that 18. That is a success, which is fantastic for you guys.
When Lewanika said this isn't going well for us, I was like, us? You got a mouse in your pocket, buddy? I don't know about you. I'm rolling 2 successes so far.
Yeah.
What's this wee short stuff?
You got a frog in your pocket?
So as you're kind of perceiving, you're kind of taking in the environment as a whole and kind of everything that has kind of been sniffed around and poked around and everything and trying to come to some conclusions about what this might be and everything like that. And you are, for one, confirming your kind of initial thought that it is distinctly an unnatural thing. There has been sort of this seems to be some sort of like outpouring of evil that has kind of corrupted this island, and you may not be totally sure why, but this cloud and everything that's kind of happening around and what it's doing to the land is distinctly reminding you of some sort of like acidic properties. It seems to be kind of like breaking down of material and everything like that. So it seems like you're dealing with some sort of acid sense, some sort of unnatural acid kind of based corruption that's happening on the island here. as far as what the exact source might be, that's tougher. You kind of get the feeling that you're not going to be able to tell like what the source is until you find it, but that but that you'll know it when you feel it, see it, smell it, touch it, taste it, whatever sense you choose to use.
I'm not eating anything on this island. I'll tell you that much right now.
I mean, yeah. So, look, a little bit of lemon juice on some arugula.
Don't railroad me into eating something.
I heard him say he was going to eat something. So
I heard the canapes were really nice.
Yeah. So, all right. So we are at 3 successes. This is good. Jake, what do you have, sir? How do you wish to? What do you got?
So I got some animal handling here.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, we don't know, I guess, that if this is penetrating through the water as far as we can tell. So I was thinking if I use animal handling, maybe I could lure some fish closer to the boat and we can see if this is affecting them in the water.
Oh, I like it.
And then maybe we could all go wild shape and swim under it.
Yep.
Perhaps.
I like it. That's a fantastic use of animal handling.
Ooh,
why don't you give me your roll?
19, 23 total.
Rock on. So that is a 4th success, which is excellent.
Air
You are in
noises.
very good shape. So you
throwing worms into the water.
Yeah, exactly. You like reach over the side and basically like summon some fish up, and they seem unperturbed by what is going on. It does not seem to be affecting them. You're able to kind of like communicate with them a little bit, and it seems like whatever this is kind of diluting in the water enough, and it doesn't seem to really be affecting animals too much. But they are talking about how like specifically like the plants and things that they eat like at the bottom of the on the floor, like the river and stuff like that, does seem to be affected, and they're kind of bummed about that. So but doesn't seem to be hitting affecting like animal type stuff. It seems to be specific to be affecting plant type stuff, which is weird, but is what it is. So, all right. With that, Michael, it is your turn here. Now, here is the precarious position that you find yourself. The skills challenge will end after your turn, one way or another. I'm going to find you. So
maybe because I was going to do the thing that I think is best for us as a whole, and I was going to distract Lewanika's character so they do not take their next turn. Therefore, Sergio would go next in the order. And we would succeed. Technically, I'm casting guidance.
Performance check, yeah.
But I'm actually going to distract Thalor.
Yeah. I absolutely love it. So what exactly are you doing to try to distract? I love this so much.
I'm going to use my frosty powers to make like an ice flower.
And just
so it's like basically I'm doing sleight of hand, up close card magic.
Yep.
And then I'm going to give Sergio the wink.
Yep. Which I love this so much. Yes. Would you like, if it were, you said sleight of hand, I didn't say sleight of hand. So I'm almost feeling like I need you to make that sleight of hand check to go ahead and see.
What I wanted to do was to cast guidance. My actual action is to cast guidance on Sergio's character.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so really, so then
he's basically ceding his turn to somebody else with a spell,
right? Because I go last, so I want to cast guidance so that Sergio's character gets a 1d4 bonus.
Okay. Lewanika, how do you feel about that, sir?
I'm not doing well, and a
little bit of self-awareness here,
and the flower looks kind of cool. I mean, I'm a cloud giant. Cold things are cool, and I actually have some cold spells myself. So I think I will take the hint.
I absolutely love it. All right, so then fantastic then. So Sergio, you find your companion there that you thought was providing you with some information before you were seems to be distracted by an ice flower generated by the halfling there. So how do you want to wrap us up here?
Well, really quickly, I'm going to need the raw audio of Lewanika saying, "I'm not doing well." I'm going to meme the hell out of that.
Oh, God. You're gonna have to stand in line there, Sergio.
Yeah. I see where this is going. Y'all were talking to my wife earlier today because that's what I'm hearing right now.
And so Trying to think what. So we've got our animal handling. The animals seem to be doing well.
Yep.
We've got. Let me roll an Arcana check
I like it.
and see. I've figured that this isn't unnatural. I want to know if there is a like this in terms of, this isn't this shouldn't be here one way or another. But I want to see if this is something that is magically induced.
Yep.
Or perhaps it's some sort of artificer gone rogue.
Yep.
Like, I can't believe I'm not in the 2024 Player's Handbook. I'll have my revenge yet.
I don't want to be a no-rigger. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And Michael, what do I get as a bonus to that?
A 1d4 on top of whatever you roll.
I like it. I like it.
So
that D4 I think will be very helpful because you're probably like +5, +6 anyway to Arcana. So
I'm just a +2, and I'm getting a 2 +2 to that. So 15 total.
15 total. It meets, it beats, sir. So nice. As the 5th success, you will successfully complete the skills challenge. And so you kind of tap into the weave of magic that kind of surrounds everything to figure out, see if you can figure out kind of what the nature of this corruption is. And you are able to get the information that it seems to be some sort of elemental magic, so you have a kind of like an acid corruption based in elemental magic emanating from that cave, and all signs point to we need to go to that cave and figure out what the heck is going on. So well done, snatching victory out of the jaws of defeat on the skills challenge.
And I'm nothing if not a curious fellow. It's why my friends call me Whiskers, because I'm curious like a cat. Lewanika, can you go ahead and roll us a D20 with whatever modifier you're going to use, and just to see how it would have shook out?
So I am happy at this point to use Yeah, I think in this case I would have probably gone with a medicine check, simply to see if this kind of corruption was going to cause people harm or just equipment. I know we knew that it wasn't affecting animals in the short term, but I was going to use some medicine to see if there might be any lingering effects.
I like it.
And that roll would have been freaking nat 20.
Hey, better safe than sorry.
You know what?
Yeah.
So in the spirit of good play, my friend, I'm going to give you a choice. Since you rolled a natural 20, and you didn't have to roll the die, but you took the chance and you did it anyway. With your natural 20, would you like me to answer your question, or would you like me to dispose of the natural 1 token that I'm keeping and dangling over your head like a sword of Damocles?
Or you can take what's inside the box.
Yeah. What's in the box?
What's in the box? Or would you like an unnamed door number 3?
Yeah. Every gamer part of me says, obviously, get rid of the 1. Every fan of staying home, eating saltines, and drinking ginger ale says go for what's behind door number 3. However, I'm actually going to go with the medical effect, because I'm hoping that can provide some kind of aid or comfort to any medicine checks or healing checks we may have to do later on.
I like it.
Dealing with this stuff.
So with the first round there, when Sergio had been able to kind of guide a path around this cloud so that the boat can get there safely, the cloud has of course expanded since then a little bit, right? And so the captain, true to his course, not bowing down to the intimidation, but very much kind of like, I know where I'm going, let me captain the boat, takes it very, very close to the edge of the acidic cloud that is billowing out. And as you're sort of kind of keeping an eye on trappings and material and everything like that, the nails on that side of the boat, as it kind of brushes gently by the acidic cloud, you notice that the metal of the nails themselves begins to sort of bubble and wear away as it passes by the cloud. Take with that information how you see fit.
This is going to be bad, and it's not something that's like a natural impact that I can like utilize or inoculate against. I have an herbalism kit. Kind of looking at that, I do kind of want to, and I don't know if I'm going to have time in this moment, but I certainly, if there's any way to.
You just need a strong base, like some milk. That'll offset the acid.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, but you definitely don't want to eat it. Like that's, we talked about that with Sergio.
Yeah, I like part of me just wants to see if there's any way to get some of this and contain it so that I might be able to find some, like put together something that could, that could provide some kind of resistance to it.
I'm going to assume that your herbalism kit probably has like a collection jar of some sort. So if you would like to make a slight, now, outside of the skills check, the skills challenge is resolved. Outside of the skills challenge, if you'd like to make a sleight of hand check at disadvantage to see if you can do that, I would let you.
So that would be wonderful, but there is a rule in 2024, and I'm not sure if it existed in 2014, but I just realized it after failing twice earlier, and one of those challenges I should have rolled at advantage. If you have a toolkit and you are proficient in that toolkit, you roll that check at advantage.
Oh, okay.
And so I did not know that. So in this particular case, with the disadvantage and the advantage, that should be a straight roll, if I'm correct?
It would be a straight roll because it is a disadvantage because you're like leaning over the boat. You're kind of trying to go ahead and gather an amorphous substance in a collection jar. So,
give them guidance again?
Sure. Yeah, I don't see why not.
It's a cantrip. All right. Plus 1d4, cantrip. My friend.
Yep. All right. That d4 that's going to add to it is going to be 2. And you said sleight of hand, Josh, did I hear you correctly?
I did say sleight of hand. Yep.
And that's going to be an 18 with the guidance.
Excellent. So yeah, you are able, as the boat again is kind of like steering by this cloud, you are able to kind of get a collection, which sort of surprises you. Actually, you weren't sure that was going to work because it's basically a cloud, but you are realizing that this cloud is far more kind of viscous, substantive than maybe you expected. Yeah. And it is, it's kind of in this glass jar. And again, it's kind of like settling down the bottom. It seems to have some weight to it, kind of thing. But yeah, you're able to go ahead and get a sample. And with your herbalism kit, you feel like if anyone kind of takes that acid damage, that you would be able to give me a D4 roll and see how many kind of like solve uses you'll get.
3.
Excellent. So you are able to kind of patch together 3 kind of tinctures that anybody that takes acid damage for the rest of the encounter, specifically that acid damage, can be healed with one of those solves. So, you'll be able to use it as like a free like an item interaction for you guys. It's not going to like cost a full action to use or anything like that. It's basically it's like toothpaste, kind of thing. So, awesome.
Excellent.
All right. Well done, everybody. That worked very, very well. So you get to the island, and again, the boat kind of it's a big boat, so it kind of anchors offshore, and then a little rowboat kind of like brings you to the island itself. And using the information that Sergio was able to kind of piece together about where it goes, you kind of follow this river into a cave. I want to switch now. How do I? Come on, give me my other scene. There we are. There. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and drop you guys on the map here. But tell me, like, as you're kind of like moving in, so I'm going to assume that you guys are coming in from the north here. This kind of like the northeast corner of the map here. How would you guys march in? Like what sort of order you guys would have time to go ahead and kind of like plan on how to descend in here? How would you do so?
This is not my environment of familiarity, so I would let someone else take the lead unless no one seems to want to, and then I would. But that would be my first inclination is, does someone else feel more comfortable in this environment?
So Thalor is a Goliath and of the storm giant variety. So he naturally just thinks at the end of the day, whether he's the best for the job or not, he's the best for the job. So he will definitely walk up front.
I like it. All right. So
And Darnathan, being the gnome, is a curious little fella. He takes after me in many ways. I see myself, a lot of myself in Darnathan Glow Shadow. He's curious, but he doesn't have a death wish. He's definitely second behind the big galoot that is Lewanika's storm giant. But he's definitely right behind him.
Okay.
Well, as long as we got a giant in the front, I'll be the giant in the back because I'm also a Goliath. So if you want, I'll take up the rear.
I'm a small-sized tiefling, so it's big, little, big.
Nice little Goliath sandwich we got
throw
going
you up
on.
there, and then
Goliath finger sandwiches.
What have my fingers done? Is that sorry? This is a different show.
New York Tater's going to be happy with that one.
All right. So I have you guys in initiative order. I'm going to go ahead and roll some initiatives myself. So give me just a second here. You guys almost got really unlucky. You got less unlucky, which is good. Oh, let's see. Excellent. Okay, so I have my initiatives ready. You find yourself in the cave. Big, gigantic pool of acidic, acrid, stinky, corrosive water in the middle of the cave. Seems to be flowing out that river again to the northeast there and eventually getting down to the water. Totally, thoroughly unnatural here. Lewanika, give me some observations or some questions here. You're the first one in the initiative order, so tell me what you want to know. Tell me what you want. What you really want.
Yeah. I wanna ziggy. No, I definitely want to see if there's any creatures here. Knowing that it's unnatural means somebody either cast something, summoned something, or created something. And if you're going to create a dangerous thing, chances are you're going to protect it in some fashion. So
I like that assumption.
I'm going to be ever vigilant for that. And I basically want to kind of put on I'm looking around eyes.
Yep.
And if you give me a second, I just want to see if there's some kind of spell that might aid me in this endeavor. Not really at this point, but holding my trident, I'm basically kind of paying attention to any beasts, because if there are any aquatic beasts or amphibious beasts in here, I wield the Trident of Fish command, which will allow me to exercise some amount of control and dominance over beasts. So I'm assuming that is distinctly non-sentient, but by definition of the tagline.
Sure.
But my idea is if there's something here that is part of the evil, I want to make sure my weapon, my artifact is kind of looking at him.
I don't know. That sounds kind of fishy to me.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I'll see myself out.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, Michael. Yeah.
It's been nice, Michael. I
don't think it's not you, it's me. And
yeah. I'll still see you in November.
Yeah.
We'll always have Dayton.
All right. Well, why don't you give me that perception check to go ahead and kind of like give some thoughts on what you're seeing in front of you here.
Sure.
And with that perception check, I also want to know, before you give me the number, are you concentrating your attention on the pool, and specifically, are you moving closer to the pool to go ahead and make this perception check?
Definitely.
I'm going to stay where I am and kind of scan all around. So, because it's not just the water.
Yep.
I'm assuming, based on what we've noticed, that whatever it is not in the water, or it's coming out of the water in a moment anyway. So I actually want to make sure there's nothing coming up behind us and pushing us into the water.
So again, without knowing the number that you rolled, if I'm understanding you from a mechanical point of view, you are opting for a more difficult perception check and not getting closer to the water, and trying to go ahead and gain more things about the room itself.
Absolutely. I'm increasing the challenge difficulty.
I like it. What's the number, sir?
22 after my all in.
Fantabulous. I like it.
I may not be good at doing things, Sergio, but I'm good at noticing things.
Yeah. So the easy answer is that there's all sorts of things in this cave that don't seem right. Like there's even like at some point it's like you're like looking at like rock formations and stuff like that. It's like that doesn't look right either. There's something not right about that. You are also convinced that there is in fact something in the water, but it's not like making your it's not making your trident tingle. So it's not like you're not sure what it might be, but you do definitely get some sort of like it's almost like you saw like maybe like a wave or something. There is definitely something in the water, however. But one of the rock croppings in particular that looks natural is like this one right here.
Okay.
Do you need me to?
I will.
Maybe this
because
one.
I was. Okay. Yeah. Because I was pointing my trident around as I was doing this and gaining that look, I will, almost in a Geiger counter fashion, kind of linger on one of those two, but I will position myself in my trident so the pointy end at the back of the trident and the tri-pointy end at the front of the trident. Tri-pointy end is pointing towards the one closest to me, and I'm positioning myself so that the single pointy end on the back is pointing at the other one, and I'm going to give a couple nods. And I'm going to speak in Giant and say, the rocks, they are a problem.
All right, Sergio. Our giant friend just said the rocks.
I don't know what he said. I don't speak giant.
Fair, yeah.
To you, it was like, Gorokokatag!
Gorokokatag to you too, good sir. I'm going to do a survival check. I want to see if I can't find any tracks around here. Perhaps someone coming in, coming out. Just any sort of movement that I may be able to ascertain.
I like it. Give me that survival check.
It's a 19.
Yeah. So this is going to be one of those things that doesn't sound like it's a good piece of information. So I'm happy to go ahead and refine the answer here. To a unnatural degree, there are no tracks. And that's weird. Like that's like you would have expected to go ahead and see something. Mouse tracks, rat tracks, squirrel tracks, like cave crabs, like something. Something would have disturbed this top layer of dirt in here. And there's not. The only thing that you do see are sort of like if you ever watch like crime procedurals, you know how they can like track things by like the blood spatter and stuff like that. And it's always like there's like the drop and then like all the residual splatter around it. You see a lot of like residual splatter, like on the rocks, and so it's like Lewanika happens to be pointing at one of the rocks, right? And you notice like that rock itself, it looks kind of like a little oily maybe or something like that. And there seems to be a lot of splatter around it.
Oily rocks and whatnot.
Oily around it. As you are sort of looking at the rock from kind of the far side of the pool, kind of beyond this little islandy thing in the middle, you clearly see some sort of a wake in the water moving from right to left on the on the map. I just saw what Lewanika dropped in chat. You can't do that to me, friend. So Jake.
Oh, really quickly before before we move on, I alert the rest of the party in common because I'm not going to keep secrets. Secrets are no fun. Secrets hurt someone. And let people know there's something definitely in that water in a language that we can all understand.
I love it. So, all right, Jake.
I understood that reference.
Yeah, that's because we're old, Michael. That's so.
So after hearing that there's something in this water, I'm not feeling too excited about the prospect of touching the water, going near the water, and so if I can, I would like to cast Call Lightning at 3rd level into the water.
I like it.
Let's go.
Yeah, do it up. Where?
So I'm assuming, like, because I guess you said we saw where there's ripples moving in the water, right?
Yeah, correct.
And so I guess toward that area, but I assume that if it's in the water will conduct the electricity to some degree. It says every creature within 5 feet of the point I choose make a dex saving throw, and they take 3d10 lightning damage on a failed save and half as much on a successful one.
I like it. So if you would please, in Owlbear, over on the right, in the panel on the right-hand side, one of those options is a pointer. If you would tell me, I'll even give you like a 3x3 square, because I know you're kind of being vague. You're kind of being like, I want it over there. Give me that 3x3 square on where you would like to do, and then I will make appropriate rolls on my side of the table, and we'll see what happens.
Can you see this pointer?
I can. Yep.
Okay, so I guess right here, this is 3x3.
I like it. Yep.
Right in that area.
Excellent. I like it.
Is that where we saw the movement?
So that is where you saw the movement from. It was moving from that area right to left.
So I would say Galaga rules applying. You want to aim it to where the creature will be, not where the creature is at.
So right to left, like farther over this way?
Your other left.
Oh, sorry, the stage left.
Yeah.
So I guess more over here. Yeah, that
Broadway
would mean
here.
Yeah.
It's also the great wizard Gretzky always said that too.
Yeah.
Cast the lightning where the monster will be.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Yep.
Gretzky does sound like a wizard's name, though.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So, all right. What was your final answer, Jake? Where would you like to? I missed where you were.
All right. Final answer. This chunk here.
Fantastic. Fan-frickin-tastic. You said a dexterity save?
Yes, it's a dexterity saving throw.
I like it. And I presume Call Lightning does lightning damage?
It does.
Yeah. Sweet.
And the spell save is 15.
Alrighty. I am... And how much damage does it do?
I'm going to roll it.
I like it.
3d10. Ooh, 25 damage. If it's full, half would be
12, right?
12.
I like it.
A lot of damage.
So you call lightning into the water, and it illuminates a sort of large amorphous shape. Again, kind of you guys are kind of obscured by it by the island at this point, but you definitely hear. Do any of you speak Ignan?
I do not, but I did, and I hate being this person, but simply because the goal of this session is to play test the rules and work these out. The spell does specifically say that it can only be cast outdoors.
We are in a cave, which is true.
Oh.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, it says cast outdoors in stormy conditions. It's very specific. And the main reason why I know this is basically nearly 40 years ago, Glenn used the second edition version of this and decimated an attacking army. And I decided, and he was really good. He asked, because they were outside, but he asked if what the weather was like. And I said, oh, it's like a cloudy day or something like that. And I didn't even think about it. And I think we went another 20 years before we ever did that again.
So rules as written actually state that a storm cloud appears at the point within range above that I can see above myself, and then it shoots, and it says, if you're outdoors in a storm, when you cast this spell, you gain control over that storm instead of creating a new one. So I create a storm indoors.
Okay, that's cool, because D&D Beyond doesn't put that in the top header. The top header in D&D Beyond just says cast outdoors in stormy conditions.
Excellent.
So
I think
like it.
Maybe it changes, because I see there's 2 damages listed as well with cast.
I think if there's already a storm, you get bonus damage.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So the question would be,
conditions,
if I now cast Call Lightning on
Is there already
his
a
storm, will my storm get the extra damage?
I mean, basically it says that. So does it say anything about whether or not the storm lingers?
Concentration up to 10 minutes.
So as long as he can maintain concentration, you can use his storm. I like it.
Until the spell ends, I can take a magic action to call down lightning again in that way, targeting the same point or a different one.
I like it. I am just going to make a box around where the storm cloud is based on what you'd said. So that was it was like right there-ish, right?
Yeah, and it can reach out with its lightning up to 120 feet.
Well, that's hot. Okay.
Cool. Well, Michael, to answer your question, I mean, you would still have to be outdoors. If you're outdoors in a storm, when you cast the spell gives you control over that storm instead of creating a new one.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, so we can't use his storm in this condition, but we could, in fact, create our own storm. Is that what I'm gathering?
The rules for as written to get the bonus damage is you must be outdoors in a storm. So Jake is able to make his own storm indoors, but that does not meet the qualifications for the bonus damage.
I see.
Excellent. Okay. So any of us that also have that spell, we would just we have 3 separate storms in here doing the same thing.
Yep. Which, still not great for me. So that's yeah.
Yep. Druids remain really, really strong.
Cool. So as we said, so Jake, you summon this lightning cloud. It crashes lightning into the water. It illuminates a form in the water. It seems the form is fairly large. It is also sort of greenish and liquidy, sort of viscous, kind of moving through the water. And if any of you spoke Ignan, you would know which particular 4-letter word it just shouted. But
probably ouch.
I was thinking rats.
That's a good one. Yep. Darn was real high on my list. So
heck.
Hey with a exclamation point.
Yep. Hey, maybe 2 eyes. Yep.
Oh, so yeah. Or hey with 2 A's.
So with that, Michael, it is your turn, Michael.
Okay. So question: is there a accompanying thunderclap with said lightning strike?
It doesn't say.
It just says call lightning. So while
It would be the
logical to
loud
assume,
sound.
yeah.
Because I just think that inside a cave, that may be why we don't do this inside very often. That's an outside spell, not an inside spell.
Yeah, you got to use your ears.
But I am actually going to I'm going to cast a spell. I'm going to cast Flaming Sphere, which we have already agreed have free flavored as Icy Sphere.
I like it. Yep.
And I am going to drop it close to the rock that Thaler pointed at.
Yep. Okay.
And then I'm going to just roll it around the edge of the rocks here and see what happens.
Okay, I like it here. Could you just because he kind of pointed at two different ones. So would you use your pointer here in Owlbear and tell me which one it is that you're pointing at?
I'm going to start here.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm going to drop it like 10 feet from the edge of Thaler, and then roll it 30 feet just along the edge until something, if anything, does in fact happen.
Okay, gotcha. So you're going to start it again, just kind of start it here, and then 30 feet this way.
The other way, actually.
Oh, so like around the edge this way.
Yep.
So basically, they'll start here and wind up like over here somewhere.
Yep.
Like it. Okie dokie. So for the most part, nothing super exciting happens, except that the this rock right here, that you basically dropped it on, cracks in half, and a green ooziness sort of pools on the ground. Definitely smells of acid. Does not seem like something you want to touch. But whatever that thing was seems to no longer be alive.
Okay, so not rocks, eggs.
Well, that's not good for us. We're in a birthing chamber.
As you are, so the next things to go from the acid pool. Let's see how many.
If I get a vote, I'll say one.
Yeah, I like it. I like your enthusiasm. Several kind of arches of green oozy liquid shoot out of the pool, and some very oozy looking beings appear on the shore. Lewanika.
This is so these are eggs. Mama's in the water, and brothers and sisters are headed our way. This sounds like a perfect time to make sure they have a hard time getting to me. Thaler says, again in Giant because it's his first language, and he will then say it in English after he does his spell. Go Roko, go Schleck, go Roko, go Toscht, which means the rocks are slippery. Nope, the rocks are eggs. And then he casts Sleet Storm on the in the direction of the incoming folks.
I like that an awful lot. Read me the rule. What does Sleet Storm do?
Sleet Storm is also a concentration spell, and in specific, it is range is 150 feet. It's a 40-foot cylinder.
I like it.
And let's see here. Concentration up to a minute. Dex save 14. Until the spell ends, sleet falls in a 40-foot tall, 20-foot radius cylinder centered on a point I choose within range. The area is heavily obscured, and exposed flames in the area are doused. The ground in the cylinder becomes difficult terrain when a creature enters that cylinder for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there. It must succeed on a dex saving throw or have the prone condition and lose any concentration it has.
I like it. So it just basically knocks them prone. It doesn't. Is there a damage component to this, or?
There is not a damage condition, but it does knock them prone. So unless they're immune to being prone, I'm putting them on the ground.
I like it. So where are you centering said sleet storm?
Yeah, say that 4 times fast.
Yes, he said that fast.
I'm going to center it right.
Valley cast sleet storm by the seashore.
So they're 10 apart.
While he's measuring, because I'm not familiar, I'm concentrating on a spell, but I can cast a non-concentration spell and keep that spell active with my bonus action.
Correct. And you can also wild shape while you have a concentration up.
Good to know.
And yeah, if it's 40, I wanted to get those 2.
That's 40.
And that rock. Okay, so then
it's 40 tall but 20 diameter or radius. So
right.
Yeah. Is that? Did you get 20 on that, Josh? Because I wanted to center it.
Yeah,
that might have been off, but
that's Yep.
Okay.
Are you happy with that placement?
Yep, because that in theory that gets 3 of them, gets an egg and 2 of them.
Yep.
In
cool.
theory, yes.
I like it. Does it say anything about whether or not you can see through the sleet storm or any sort of like visual?
It's obscured, so ranged attacks in will be at disadvantage unless you have a way around that.
Cool.
They will also have that same issue going out.
I like it. I'd like you to give me a perception check, please.
At disadvantage?
You know the spell. I'll let you roll this one straight.
18?
They have not been knocked prone.
So they're immune to prone. Okay. Galakashon.
So actually, okay.
Good
so
feat.
Again, since again the objective is to go ahead and playtest the rules here. They're not immune to prone. They are, however, immune to cold, which is why I'm saying that they're not suffering the effects of the sleet storm. What does everybody else feel about that?
So because it's not doing damage, I don't know if a cold immunity actually alters the difficult terrain. They're effectively falling down because it's slippery, not because they're being harmed. I mean, unless their ability was because
sorry,
like,
I lied.
If
they're oozes, they're immune to prone. Never mind.
then that's fine.
I forgot that part. Yep. I actually looked back at the stat
block. Did you also say they're immune to cold? Because that is bad for me. Everything I do is cold.
I know. Yeah. It just happened to be what was coming before I knew you were making an ice druid.
That's fine.
And
that's part of the deal.
Cold-blooded.
I promise I didn't target you. Yeah. But yeah. So they seem to not be affected by your sleet storm. Sergio.
Well, I see that my good friend Thalen over here summons up this amazingly cold spell that doesn't seem to be doing anything to them. And so I think we're going to have more of an issue with what's underwater. And I don't want to get flanked, so to speak. And so I am going to cast Summon Beast, which I call forth a bestial spirit that manifests in an unoccupied space that I can see within range, and which uses the bestial spirit stat block. When I cast a spell, I choose the environment, land, air, or water. I'm going to choose water. This creature resembles an animal of my choice that is native to the chosen environment, which determines certain details in its stat block. Disappears when it drops to 0 hit points or when the spell ends. It's an ally to me and to my allies in combat. Shares my initiative count. Takes its turn immediately after mine. And so it would go right after this. It obeys my verbal commands. No action required by me. And yeah, so I'm going to cast a seafaring. Like I'm thinking like what were those creatures that Ursula had in The Little Mermaid?
The eels.
The eels, yeah, the electric eels, yeah.
Okay. Let me go see if I can find an eel token. Yeah, I can. Let's see.
And I let it know, attack, my pretty.
I like it.
Poor unfortunate souls.
Yes.
Wow, that was
amazing.
It's a whole new world. Oh wait, no, sorry.
Wrong.
Wrong. Oh man.
I mean, still in that era. But.
How big is your beast?
I mean, that's a personal question, Josh.
It is.
I didn't know it was that kind of podcast.
Yeah, we did. That was not a session 0 topic. I'm comfortable.
Red card.
Is it just a 5x5? Come on.
It is a small beast.
Okay. All right. And where would you like it?
I would say so. The last time we saw this thing was where that spell took place, the cube.
Yep.
So I'd say a little to the left of that, sort of like in front of that mouth, in between that mouth and that and the center.
So kind of like there.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. What and how far away can you do that?
This is
That's 75 feet. So.
90 feet.
Well, I guess then yes, you can. All right, cool. All right, so you drop it there, and you direct it to attack.
Yep.
Fantastic. Let me look up what an eel does. Yeah. Let's see. Yep. Okay.
In terms of its actions, it has Spirit makes a number of rend attacks equal to half the spell's level, round down, so it'd be 1 attack.
Yeah.
Its bonus equals my spell attack modifier.
I like it. Okay. What is your spell attack modifier?
Is a +6.
+6. Fantastic. Let me see. Let's see. Right. Fabulous. So the eel like dives under the water. There seems to be some sort of a tussle going on over there. Yeah. Cool. So next, what happens is that they're beyond kind of that island on the other side. This large green kind of, again, very kind of fluid looking creature comes out of the water and looks at you all across the pool there, and kind of takes their arms and makes this like wave in the pool, and a shot of it is now kind of coming through the air at you. This is a variation on a spell. I need you all, because I can hit all of you since you clustered really nicely up there without moving for a round and a half. So I need you all to make me dexterity saves, please.
Dexterity. This is perfect.
Yikes. I got a 3.
He said this is perfect.
20.
Mm-hmm. That'll succeed.
I got a 14.
That will succeed. Natural 1?
Natural 1.
Yeah, natural 1. Okay, cool.
And that's, I have no modification too.
Yeah. Okay. And
it's a 1 and it is a 1.
I like it. Okay. So I'm just gonna check one thing real quick here. Sorry, give me 1 sec because I want to just go look at your characters before I kill you all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just want to see what it is that I'm about to go ahead and eliminate here. Okay, it won't be that bad. Okay, that's fine. That's fantastic. Okay, so Sergio, you and Lewanika both succeeded on your dexterity check, so that's good. Let's see, how many dice do I need? That's 3. That's 4. Cool. Okay. So the damage total is 15. So Jake, that's what you will take. Sergio, you and Lewanika will take half of that for succeeding on your dexterity save on a 7. Michael, for rolling your natural 1, I'm going to roll again. I'm going to take the higher of the 2 damage totals.
Okay.
The higher is 15, so take 15.
Okay.
Yep. But yeah, basically this splash of acid rains down on you.
All right, I'm maintaining concentration on the spell, so I need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
Same.
According to the new rules, it's DC equals 10 or half the damage taken rounded down. So here it would be 10.
Yep.
And I am rolling a 13. So I maintain concentration on Call Lightning.
I roll a 14, so my little eel buddy's still around.
Rock on.
I made a 13, so I believe I passed as well.
Yep.
I need to do the same, but I'm dropping it when my turn comes around anyway. But just in case it makes a difference for anybody else rolling through there, that's an 11 on the on that check.
I like it. So the what's the constitution? Remind me. Concentration check is rolled against.
Oh, the
amount of
DC
damage
is
that you
10 or half the damage taken rounded down, whichever is higher.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you took 7 points of damage. It rolls
So
down.
it would have either been 7
rounds
or
down to
10, and since 10 is higher, it's 10.
Okay. All right. So it sounds like you guys are all set then. Okay. Fabulous. Alrighty. That is its excuse me. As a reaction, it descends back into the pool. But that means Jake, it's your turn.
So since I maintained concentration, we're going with plan B now. And I am going to, as my action, cast Water Walk. So it lasts for an hour.
Yep.
The spell grants the ability to move across any liquid surface such as water, acid, mud, snow, and quicksand, and you take no damage. You walk as if it was harmless solid ground.
I like it.
I can choose up to 10 willing creatures, so I'll choose all my companions. And so
I'm very willing.
all 10 of them that are willing will get it.
The spell's called Wonderwall.
Which one of these tokens is mine?
Anyway, here's
one
Wonder
headlight.
Woman.
Is this me? This one?
I'm gonna bust into Oasis any moment now.
Yes, that is you, Jake. Fantastic. So, yeah, you have just kind of undone the effect of the terrain that gigantic storm of acid just rained down on you.
It's
So,
going to get better because
I like it.
I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to bonus action transform into an Allosaurus.
I like it. I don't have an Allosaurus token. Let me get one real quick.
Did he just become a dinosaur?
I did.
He did a dinosaur that's walking
and
on
the
water.
dinosaur's walking on the water because it holds on to everything that's affecting me currently. So feel free to wild shape because you can be anything that walks on water now.
You can be anything you want to be.
Yeah.
If I could walk on water, would you
Right.
believe in me?
Is the Allosaurus what size is the Allosaurus?
It is a large beast. And for anybody wondering rule-wise, when you are the Circle of the Moon druid, one of your special things, when you wild shape, you can take your CR, I guess at level 6 specifically, up to a max of CR2. And so this is a big boy. Also, my AC is 17, unless the beast is higher, which it's not. And I also gain 18 temporary hit points from the wild shape from my circle, but also 6 from just standard. So I got a whole bunch of extra XP for that.
Okay, I'm going to call lightning on him.
Yeah.
Just because that doesn't seem fair.
Yeah. That's pretty. Wow. Okay. Cool. All right.
Yeah, it's big and bad.
Fantabulous. Okay. I like it. Michael, do you have any other tricks up your sleeve there, Jake?
I don't think so. I think I'm good for now.
I think rendering the entirety of the environment in Lair neutralized and turning into a dinosaur seems like a pretty impressive second round for me.
I mean, that's good action economy.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
That's good action economy right there. Yeah.
Did someone just push the I win button? Is this like okay?
Yeah. I see how it is. All right. Yeah. Go ahead, Michael.
So as a bonus action, I'm going to keep my icy sphere still rolling along the edge because it did destroy one of the eggs.
It did. It sure did.
So I want to keep rolling around in case there's any more eggs floating around. That's just my bonus action. It'll move 30 feet.
So it just kind of it's moving like along this way, right?
Yep. I'll keep on rolling.
Cool.
But if these things are immune to ice damage, there's not a whole lot I can do about that. So this guy here is 60 feet from
that's
me.
true. Yeah, they were immune to cold damage, so they probably wouldn't have. The other one wouldn't have cracked open, would it? But that's okay. It was narratively fun.
All right. So I'm going to move 30 feet towards this guy here, this first goober, which it says it's 75 feet. So I'm going to move 30 feet. So how do I do that?
You should just be able to use your pointer tool and just grab it. Yep. 20, just like that.
30. Did I grab the wrong one?
Nope. That's perfect.
Okay. Which now puts, nope. He's still too far away. Okay. Sorry. I thought I was ready, but I was not.
That's fine.
We're
all friends here.
I guess I will shoot my bow at him then.
Okay. Yeah.
So, which is +3 to hit, and then 1d6 damage if I'm successful.
I like it.
I rolled a natural 20.
Well, there we go.
Like them apples.
It's very successful. I like it.
So do I double my die, or do I roll it 2d6, or do you have a preference?
You eliminate him, so it's irrelevant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I puncture him with my arrow, does he make like a balloon sound? Like,
yes. I like that. Yes. So nice. Yes, they do. Actually, that's now canon. These creatures, when you pop them, if you shoot them with a ranged attack, make the farty balloon sound. Yeah,
perfect.
Yep. Because we're a classy show like that. Lewanika,
exactly.
It is your turn, sir. Lots have happened since you last moved.
Yeah.
And I would like to point out everything I do is ice based. I'm not blaming Josh. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That limits my options.
Yep. Which I do totally appreciate. I did. My heart sort of sank when you said that because I'd already decided what the thing was going to be, and I was like, oh
no, that's the nature of the beast. There, I actually think it's kind of fun. But I just anyone who is watching or listening in the future, that's why I shot my bow there.
I'm going to wild shape here myself. I inadvertently deleted the correct. The item, so I needed to bring it back up. All right, so I am going to wild shape into a slod tadpole, which is a tiny aberration that gets 30 foot of movement, has magic resistance, advantage on saving throws versus magical effects, and it bites.
Okay.
But because it's tiny and we're at a distance, if they try to do anything at range to me, hopefully that will be made much more difficult. That's actually well he did that.
Let me bring a slot into the map here.
And it is that tadpole, by the way, is in addition to magic resistance, it's resistant to lightning, thunder, cold, fire, and acid.
I like it. So let's see. Where are you right now, Lewanika? You are. That's you right there. Okay. So you are now. You're so close to Michael's characters. Does that make you cold slod?
It's an iceberg slod.
It's an iceberg slod. Yeah.
Slod. So, solid. Some might say.
Not to rules lawyer, but I thought wild shape I didn't. This might be different in 2024, but isn't it just for beasts? Like the beast category?
Yeah, it still is locked into beasts.
I'm sorry. I thought it was only going to give me options that I could select. I didn't realize it was going to give me options I couldn't. So let me take that back. Thank you very much. I'm glad you said that.
This is why let's see.
So I was gonna say, like, from what I remember in 2014, it was beasts. Like, I was like, if that changed for 2024, oh man, Druid just got a lot cooler.
Yeah, I think the only thing they did to help that was they took owlbears and made them beasts instead of monstrosities.
Yeah.
So they tagged more things beasts. And I'm sure the new monster manual will have a ton more beasts to help buff it.
Yeah. So in that case, let me put that back. And that's why I didn't see it. Because, all right, got it. All right, so let me take a look.
Yeah, it is weird though. I'm looking at it right now. There's extra steps involved to make sure you don't take something you can't take.
Yep.
So
it is in fact a beast that you must be a beast.
Okay.
So,
and I do have another class and subclass feature that allows me to be a fae as well.
That's hot.
But
what would you like to be?
No, I think it gives me a companion, but I'm going to go with the beast. In this particular case, I think I'm going to go with a... Oh, let's just be obscene. I'm going to go with an elephant.
I like it.
I think, yeah, because I can go to a half. As long as it's a half CR, then I can do it.
So an elephant's a CR4.
Oh, so it is really not giving me any kind of...
At the top, you can choose your challenge rating. So if, like, you can put 0 on the left and then whatever, like mine's a half. And then that will limit to things in that.
Okay. I see that. All right. Yep. Now let's do that. And now it should limit that better.
So be a warhorse, a wolf, a goat, giant weasel. Giant goat.
You could be a giant goat.
Be a screaming goat from that Thor movie.
But big.
Well, they were pretty big in the movie.
That's true.
Those were giant goats, if I recall correctly. Yeah, I'm going to go with giant goat.
You're going to be a giant goat. All right. D&D goat token. Let's see. So we got... All right. Alrighty. Bring in a goat. All right. While I'm loading this up, do you know what you're going to be doing with the rest of your turn?
Yeah, I'm going to go on over and headbutt that bad boy if I can get there and do so in one turn.
Let's see. What's the movement on your goat? He's 50 feet away, so...
Giant goat has 40 foot of movement.
That is too far.
But I can ram... Okay, so I can't ram...
You have to move at least 20 feet, but it doesn't add any.
Yeah. In that case, by the way, I am dropping the concentration on the spell because it has no effect. I'm just going to move 20 feet so I'm in range of the thing. Straight ahead. So I will make the move. I think I already moved him, right? So I was there. 1, 2, 3,
yeah, I had moved out.
4,
so if you're next to me, you've already
5.
moved.
That's 25. I'll go 30. 35. I might go the extra 1. Yeah, I'm going to go the extra 1.
All right.
Because he's going to have to move
said you're dropping the sleet field?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Okie dokie. Anything else for you, sir?
I dropped that. I wild shaped, and I'm gonna whinny and bay as a goat, and chase after him.
That was fantastic radio right there. Fabulous. Okay. Sergio, let's bring some. Have at it. What do you got?
Okay, so got a couple of rock eggs over here, right? I am going to this rock egg that's right in front of me.
Can you pointer? I'm not sure. Oh, you're
this little guy right here.
that one. That's the one that cracked open when Michael hit it with the thing. Yep.
Okay.
And it oozed like this like green oozy. That's kind of like it's like smoking and acting like acid. So
right.
Yeah.
So this one to my right though is still.
It's still a rock as far as you can tell. Yep.
I mean, it looks very similar to the rock that was cracked open, right?
It's almost like it was the same token. Sure. Yeah.
Scooby-Doo rules. It looks slightly different than the background, so therefore can be interacted with.
Yep.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Starry Wisp, which it needs to it's a ranged spell attack. I rolled a 14.
14 will hit it
for 12 radiant damage.
Okay. The rock cracks open and it oozes some greeny stuff all over the ground. Which seems
I do not
unpopular.
like green eggs and ham.
Yeah. All right. So it is our friend's turn.
And with
Sergio,
my bonus action, no.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, no, actually, I mean, you do get to control your eel.
Oh, right. Yeah, I do. I want him to. I want. His name is Paul Atreides, and
I like it.
Paul
I like
Atreides
it.
is going to attack whatever is underneath the green water. Again.
I like it. Roll your attack.
So it was +6, right? Just a 15.
A 15. Cool. Do you have any sort of connection to the eel? Would you know if it hit or missed?
Let's see here. Does not say.
I would assume not, because it's not like you have like you just like summoned a beast into existence, and so I would not assume unless it says otherwise that you have any sort of connection to it.
Right.
If you create an eel, set it free. If it comes back to you, it didn't die.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, then it was always meant to be yours. Right, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. Fabulous. Just in case you did hit it, though, how much damage does it do?
It is a 1d8 plus 10. Or no, I'm sorry, plus 6.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Fabulous. So now it is that guy's turn. They move a lot. Cool. All right. Jake, as your Allosaurus begins running across the water, this gigantic, this large, oily, greasy, acid-looking thing jumps out of the water at you, and it will attack you. So I'm going to...
You found it. Good job.
Yep. Yeah, good job. Let's see. It gets 2 attacks. I'll just roll them both at the same time for alacrity's sake. They are a 16 and a modified 21. Would either of those hit?
21 will hit.
The 21 will hit. You will take 10 points of damage, of acid damage.
All right.
Basically, it reached out and touched someone.
So then I would like to take a reaction.
Okay.
So as part of my storm giant background, when I take damage from a creature within 60 feet, I can use a reaction to deal 1d8 thunder damage to that creature.
I like it.
So they just take 1d8 thunder damage.
Cool.
I don't know how to roll just a d8 on here by itself.
I'm happy to roll it for you if you'd like.
Oh, here we go. I found it. I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
6.
Cool. Sweet. So you yell at it real loud when it hits you, kind of like hit you with like a pseudopod, like that, and you yelled at it real loud, and it uses its reaction to disappear back into the water. That's its turn. So it is now your turn, Jake.
Can I see this thing in the water?
You can certainly give me a perception check to see if you can see it.
All right.
It will be rolled at disadvantage because it has a thing that allows it to be not seen very well in an environment of its own making.
Now, my passive perception is 15 by itself.
Mm-hmm. That's a very impressive passive perception number.
All right. Here we go. Perception.
He says not impressed at all.
A 9.
I know that tone.
You know what? You may have rolled a 9 to perceive it. However, the natural 1 that I rolled on its stealth check means that I'm gonna burn the critical failure that Lewanika did earlier to give myself advantage on that roll and re-roll that natural 1. And you still see it, so it's right there.
Then I absolutely made the right choice.
It didn't actually move. It's still right there.
It just did this.
It just went. Yeah, just went. You can't see me, and
right.
and disappeared under the water.
I'm not sure the logistics of this. I'm gonna do it, and then you tell me if it matters.
I love it.
Okay,
You do it up. Yeah.
So I have a speed of 60 feet now. Okay, so I'm going to move basically back here, and then do a charging run.
Yeah,
30 feet in a straight line.
That is absolutely thoroughly okay. Yeah.
Because if an Allosaurus moves 30 feet straight toward a creature and then hits with a claw attack, the creature will make a strength saving throw or be knocked prone, which I don't know how that works with him being that. Yep. But if the target is then prone, I can make a bite attack against it as a bonus action.
I like it.
Starting with, I have to hit it with my claw first.
Yep.
Which I might have to just use another attack that I have in here to equal this. So, because it's a +6 to hit. So I'm going to just do my Inspelled Staff, but it's going to be +1 more. So that it's a 24, but it's a 25 actually for the thing because I rolled a 19 to hit. So 25.
It will definitely hit.
All right. And then for damage, it is 2d10 +4.
I like it.
Let me see. Oh, so this is actually 1d10 +4. So that's 7. And then I'm rolling another d10. Ignore the 4. So 14 damage total for the slicing of his claw.
I like it. Before you choose to go ahead and so that's the thing that would potentially knock it prone, right?
Yeah, so he would make a strength saving throw to be knocked prone.
Fantastic. I need you to roll me 2d10, please.
Okie dokie. Ignore the +4s on here. So that's an 8 and a 7. So
cool,
15.
Fantastic. So as you reach down into the pool and swipe at this thing with your claws, its liquid form, basically you definitely made contact with it, but it is basically a liquidy, acidy being, and you take 15 points of acid damage as you do so.
All right, that's my temp HP gone, guys.
Yep.
Josh, before you continue, Jake, if you are looking at D&D Beyond in the lower right left-hand corner, there's a D20. If you click on that, that's how you roll naked dice.
Thank you so much, Lewanika.
Yep.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Yep. And it is what was the save to go ahead? Is it
a strength saving throw DC 13?
He is not knocked prone.
Okay, that's probably for the best, seeing as how if I bite him, I'm going to take more damage.
That is true. You would take more damage. That's correct. Sweet. So, Michael.
Did this goober move closer to me?
Which goober are you talking about?
There's a gooby goober here.
There's a goofy goober right over there.
No, because they don't go until after your turn. So
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, but I shot my arrow. And
yep. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. I think I skipped over their turn. That's not my fault. Yeah.
It's okay.
They go. They go. No, they go last. It's fine.
Okay.
I can create more.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm going to move my icy orb 30 feet further around the edge of the pool, looking for other eggs it can crack.
So it's probably like around here-ish.
Works for me.
Yeah. Okay. I like it.
All right. Is the big thing fighting the Allosaurus still visible to me?
It was not visible to you. It was visible to him. He saw through the stuff.
Right.
So you can try to perceive it if you would like.
Well, I also have the walking on the water thing. So
yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Yep.
Do I see it?
Give me a perception check.
Perception check. 26.
Yeah, you sure do. Yep.
All righty.
Since it's only stealthing at a 7 for this round, like, yeah, you saw it.
Okay. And then I will. Sorry. So, quick question.
Yeah.
So, on my character sheet on D&D Beyond, I do not have Call Lightning listed, but I did not realize that one of my spells was like a bonus freebie.
Yeah.
And on my physical sheet, I circled in that I have Call Lightning. So I want to use Call Lightning.
Sounds like you've got Call Lightning. Yeah. Sounds like you've got Call Lightning to me.
All right. So, but I don't have it in D&D Beyond. So, Jake, what do I need to do there?
All right. For Call Lightning, you pick a point. It will create a little cone thing that's 10 feet tall. And then every creature within 5 feet of the point you choose makes a dex save. On a fail, they take 3d10 lightning or half as much on a successful one. And then for the next 10 minutes, you can use an action to call down lightning again to that same point or a different one.
All right. Can I do that and not hit the Allosaurus and myself?
I mean, yeah, because the acid creature is a large creature. So if you aimed it like here, right?
Okay.
Neither you nor the Allosaurus are within 5 feet. So
okay, then I would like to do that. So it needs to make a saving throw versus my.
Yep. What's my saving throw?
Dex. What's that based off? What's your spell saving throw modifier, Jake?
My spell save is 15.
So it would be higher for me because that's my thing. Is I'm really good at magic. My spell is +7, so I'm guessing it would be 17.
Okay. And what type of saving throw is it? Dexterity?
Yep.
Meets it beats. I rolled a 17. So
all right. So half of this, and I rolled crappy. That is 12 damage. So 6.
I like it.
That would also drop my flaming sphere. I moved it first as a bonus action before I did everything else.
I like it. Okay, cool. Fantastic. Okay, cool. So now all of our pseudopods, it is their turn. Let's see, Sergio, you killed that one, so that one's dead. Cool.
I dispatched it.
You dispatched it. Yeah.
I don't want to feel terrible about myself.
All right. So 4 shoots of acidy water come out of the pool. And let's see, where do they want to go? They want to be within 10 feet of the pool. So we'll have one drop here. We'll have one drop here. We'll have one drop here. And we'll have one drop here. Cool. So yeah, they basically splash out and they like splash and then form. They're very oozy looking. Yeah. And that's their turn. So they have now manifested. Lewanika, have at it. Mr. Goat.
Well, anybody who's ever been on a farm knows never surprise a goat from behind him. He getting kicked.
I like it.
Give me one second to make that happen.
I would love it so much better, though, if it was the kind of goat that you scared it and it just goes stiff and falls over on its back.
Yeah. See, now, Jake, I know you've spoken with my wife now because that is her favorite kind of goat. And why our family has favorite kinds of goat is a whole discussion for a whole different
I mean, I kind of feel like I need to ask you for a charisma saving throw to go ahead and see what kind of goat you are. But that's...
well, fainting goat is not an option.
That's true. That's true.
Goat.
They are specifically giant goats, and I guess they don't have the fainting goat ability, but
Yeah.
fainting goats may need to be an option going forward.
That'll be in the errata.
Yeah.
Exactly. So in this particular case, yeah. So in order to ram, he does have to move at least 20, so I can't do that. So I am going to have to just kick.
I like it.
Which would be a straight up attack roll, which would be a d20 plus 3. And I should also mention that I believe, if I know my feats correctly, I have the Tavern Brawler feat, which allows me to
I like it.
push with no action. So
I like it. It's just a goat tavern brawler is just making me giggle.
Yeah.
That's a giant goat tavern
and
brawler.
it also gives me an enhanced unarmed strike. So I guess my goat has that because
He doesn't have arms.
Yeah,
Because he's the goat.
I'm the goat.
Yeah.
So in that case, we're going to roll. No. I don't think I made it. No, I did not make it. That's a 10.
Their armor class is only 8, so
Woo! Excellent.
cool. So you kicked this dude, and he's not there anymore. He kind of splashes all over the place. I do need a Constitution saving throw from you, please.
Sure. That's an 18.
Fantastic. So you get some acid on your hooves, but doesn't seem to be bugging you. It seems to be keeping it real. So
All right. And
I would also assume, for the sake of correctness, like we can say that the ooze that's like 10 feet to your left, there's probably room to run around him. Like just because the map stops 5 feet above him does not mean that the cavern ends 5 feet above him. So I would say you'd be able to move fast if you wanted to. You'd be able to move past him without an attack of opportunity.
yeah, I am going to do that, and I'm going to move myself around to here.
I like it.
So creating some distance, but not too much distance. Like I want to be able to attack them, but I want them to have to be able to move to me.
I enjoy it. Fantastic. All right. Sergio, it's your turn, sir.
I don't like this flanking situation that that Darnathan has found himself in. And so what I am going to do is step, let me grab my little hand, step back. And I'm going to cast Wind Wall. A wall of strong wind rises from the ground at a point you choose within range. You can make this wall, you make the wall up to 50 feet long, 15 feet high, and 1 foot thick. Shape the wall any way you choose, so long as it is one continuous path along the wall, and it lasts for 1 minute with concentration. When the wall appears, each creature in its area must take a strength saving throw, taking 4d8 bludgeoning damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful one. Strong wind keeps fog, smoke, and other gases at bay. Smaller flying creatures or objects can't pass through the wall. So I'm going to cast it right here.
I like it. All right, so basically right through them. Okay, so they both need to make strength saving throws.
Yep, it's a DC 14.
I am not optimistic. Although actually, their strength scores are kind of okay. The first one fails. Second one fails. So you cast your wind wall, and the gale force winds just rip through them, and they're gone. So
I don't get to roll 48 damage.
I mean, you're right. You can go right ahead.
I mean, it's only 13. Jeez, I rolled 2 ones.
Yeah, and still, yeah.
Well, it's still there as long as I want it
like
to.
It. So
actually, no, I'll just cast it and drop it because I don't want to have to spend my next turn concentrating on both these spells. That and then with my eel, he's going to he can just swim 30 feet, so he's just gonna go right there.
I like it. Alrighty. I like it. Okay. After you, our friend, let's see, you guys know where he is, so he will surface again. Michael, I'm going to share the wealth a little bit here. He's going
I think the dinosaur really should get more attention.
I mean, the dinosaur's gotten a bunch of attention so far, so.
Has he, though?
I mean, look, you put me up against something that looks like a demon, like an ice demon, and a dinosaur. But the ice demon is probably like smaller than me, or at least my size. I'm probably going to fight the ice demon. I'm going to take my chances and not start swinging at a dinosaur.
I think that's prison yard rules. Yep. You go for the smallest thing possible.
I mean, look, I saw Jurassic Park. I know how clever dinosaurs can be.
Clever girl.
Yeah, you know what? That's fine because I can get you both.
Perfect. Yes. I mean, that's just fair.
As he kind of as he pushes up through the water, again, you see his arms kind of outstretched as he comes up, and again he sends a torrent of acid up, and then crashing down on you guys. So Jake and Michael, I need dexterity saves from you, please.
I use the reaction to lay on my back and put my feet up. Since I have walking, it hits my feet, which means I'm immune. Like that's how that works, right?
Give me an acrobatics check.
I'm just being silly.
It does not work that
way.
way.
What do I roll?
Dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. 19 on the die.
No 19 adjustment. On the die as well. So a dirty 20.
That will be just fine. So both of you will take half of 13, so 6 points of acid damage.
All right, and I got to make a concentration save for my spell.
You are.
Success.
Cool. I think the damage on that spell needs to be pumped. Go ahead. So it's let's see. Is he going to move? No, he's not going to move. Well, actually,
this is a new round, right?
He is. We are in a new round, right? So,
all right, I'm going to take my reaction.
Okay.
So he's going to take a D8 from hurting me.
I like it.
5 damage.
5 damage. Cool. And then it will use its reaction to disappear into the water again. Could I get, please, what is your passive perception, Jake?
15.
And Michael, what's your passive perception?
14.
Attacks of opportunity?
Well, right. That's the point. So it has a special ability that allows itself to do this, to hide back in the pool. And basically, it's like the rogue ability where it can basically disengage, right? After attacking. So I'm trying to go ahead. I don't want to be cheesy about it, but it should be able to move now that it's back in the pool, and it can do that as a reaction. I'm trying to go ahead and think if you guys would get a perception check, and I would think that you would. So let me see what it rolls for its stealth. It rolled a natural 20 for its stealth, so it disappears back into the pool. And I think you guys don't get your perception. Yeah.
I did not see it.
Yeah. Unless you get a natural 20, you're not going to beat its stealth. So, Jake, if you would like to take a look at it, you certainly can.
I'll give it a shot just in case.
Yep. Stranger things have happened.
Nope.
4 seasons so far.
And you guys are walking on the surface of the water, correct?
Correct.
Fantastic. Okay. So Jake, it's your turn.
Okay, the first thing I want to do is no longer be walking on the surface of the water. I'm going to use my bonus action to wild shape once again. And I'm going to pop on over into a giant eagle. And then I will use my movement to fly up as high as I can to not be in melee range anymore.
Yeah. Lewanika, if I may, I remember this from the Druid encounter last time, actually, that, you got to make sure to have tokens for every stinking thing because wild shaping Druids are a token hog. So let's, yep. Okay. Is the giant eagle a 1x1 or is it like a 2x2?
It's a 2x2.
It's 2x2. Well, fantastic then. Okay. Save you and go out of there. So you are no longer an Allosaurus. Now
Correct.
You are a giant eagle.
The giantest.
Okay. You're now a giant eagle.
Eagleus giganticus.
My fly speed is 80 feet. So how high up can I go?
The cave is probably 40 feet tall. Sure.
So 40, that leaves me 40 more feet to go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So we'll get away from that guy.
Yep.
And leave your friend hanging.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm tanking right now, guys. Then I'll use my action to call down lightning on one of the 2 boys that I can see up on the shoreline with the goat.
Yeah, I like it.
So they make a dexterity saving throw. I guess the one on the left.
Okay. That is a modified 16.
All right, so he passes. So he'll take half damage. So 10 damage total. There was 20 I rolled, so he'll take 10.
Pops like a sit. All right, sorry. Makes the...
And then I need to check if I can do this on myself or not.
In all fairness, those are just minions, guys. So we don't need to go ahead and roll damage. I'll cat out of the bag on that one because I feel bad for you guys rolling damage about it. They're minions, so if you hit them, they're dead.
So here's a question.
Yeah.
So healing word.
Yeah.
Oh no, I already used my bonus action. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So never mind. That's the end of my turn.
Okie dokie. So then, Michael, it's your turn.
All right. So I'm going to leave the minion for the guys on the shore at the moment. I think I will use one of my wild shape abilities. I'm going to turn into a crocodile and then go under the water looking for the creature. If I find it, I'm going to bite it.
I like it. Let me find you a crocodile token. All right. How big is your crocodile?
Sorry. 222. It is large.
So 2x2.
Sure.
All right. You turn into a crocodile.
I'm a crocodile. Do you know the difference between a crocodile and an alligator?
One we'll see later and one we'll see after a while.
That's correct.
Nice. All right. So you dive into the water. Give me a perception check and see if you can find the thing.
All right. As a crocodile, I have +7 to my perception.
I like it.
That is a 24.
You will see it.
Okay. How far away is it?
About 20 feet.
All right. I can swim 30 feet. I'm going to swim up and try to bite it.
I like it. Do it up.
Roll another 17. So that is a 23 to hit.
That will hit.
And I get 1d8 +4. I rolled an 8. That's 12 points of bite damage.
I like it a lot. What you're not going to like a lot, you basically have just chewed through like
acid,
warm gelatin. Like that's, so I need you to roll me 2d10, please.
2d10. Okay, yeah, that's just great. That is a 10 and a 5.
Cool. So you take 15 points of damage.
Perfect. I have less hit points than that as a crocodile.
Cool. So if I remember correctly, my rules, that means that you turn back into your shape?
I believe so. So I have used a bonus to shapeshift. They used move and attack.
Yep.
So technically I would still have my Call of Lightning spell active, but I can't do anything with it because I don't have any actions left to use it.
Yep.
But I still have to roll to see if it goes away. I did succeed.
Okay. So it does not go away.
Correct. It is still there.
Yep. Okay, but you weren't able to move it because you used your bonus action, right? Is that the
correct?
Yep. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just there for next turn. But
And
I might not be around next time,
Yep.
guys. Just letting you know that I'm almost dead.
Right. And now this creature is visible to the rest of us.
No, it was only visible to Michael.
Okay.
But he turned into a crocodile and dove under the water at it. So a reasonable
And I
person could
swished
assume.
my tail swishily, so
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
approximately where it's at.
And then pop back up as himself.
Correct. Yeah, he's
So-
yeah. Yep.
So we knew. So we can ascertain something went down underneath the water.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Correct. Not far from the shore from where you're standing. So.
Oh, baby, I've got something
Oh,
ready.
actually, wait, sir. So Lewanika goes first. Actually, I'm not sure why. So right.
Yeah, I went last.
Right, you go last, and I forgot my pseudopods go last. Actually, I don't really have very many left. I could create more.
You've got one near me.
I was gonna say that just seems cheesy after a while. So I'm gonna go ahead. Let's see. That one will rush up, and this one will change from its rock form and rush up also. So you will get attacked by two of them, Lewanika.
Oh, they move quick. I thought they were slow.
I mean, it's just 30 feet of
They're
movement.
just from Canada.
Yeah, they're quick. They're just very polite about it.
They just
So,
moved here from
Oh,
Canada,
I'm sorry.
and they
both
think
of
So
them-
sorry.
think
Yeah, here
they're
we go.
slow.
So they are plus 3s to hit. One is a 22 and one is a 14.
So the 14 will miss and the 22 will successfully hit me.
Fantastic. So you will take how much bludgeoning damage? 7 points of bludgeoning damage. And 8 points of acid damage. Are you wearing any non-magical metal armor?
I'm a goat.
Fair point. Non-magical. Yeah. No, you're not. Okay, fair enough. So you just took the damage.
I would like to, however, use my Goliath ability.
Yeah.
And use my reaction to throw down some retribution here.
I like it. I like it. What is the nature and form of that retribution, sir?
It is lightning damage. Give me one moment, and I will.
I'm gonna try to use lightning on Jello. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a D8.
Okay. Do I get? Is it just like automatic? They just get it. They just eat it.
Yeah, and I apologize. They take it. It's basically if you touch me and I don't like it, you get hit.
Okay. And can you do that to both of them? Oh, because one of them missed, so it's only the one that hit, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. Again, they're minions. If you do that, they die.
And I should also state that I can do that to anybody within 60 feet of me. So as long as a thing causes me damage, I can do that.
So if thing A caused you damage, you can do that to anything within 60 feet, or do those things?
No, that thing. Yeah,
Okay,
it's
gotcha. So if it's within 60 feet of you, you can do that. But like the one that missed you, you can't do it to.
Correct.
Okay.
And I can only do it 3 times at my current level.
Okay.
So this is the first time I've done that.
All right. Let's see. Evens. Evens is the one on the right. Odds the one on the left. Odds the one on the left is the one that hit you. So that one's now dead.
Yep.
All right. So now your turn, Lewanika.
Well, what's good for the goat is also good for the goat. I'm hitting it again.
I like it.
And 8.
It meets it beats. Its armor class is only 8, so you kick it to death.
I batter it some.
Yep, I like it.
And then I'm going to move closer to the pool, and I believe I've probably already used any action I can get at this point, but I want to... I basically want to go ahead and see when that creature pops its head up again, so I can act.
I mean, you just took your action to attack, so unless you have another attack.
No. I can't do it this turn, but basically I'm waiting for it so I can track it.
Yep, I like it. Something that I forgot to do at the end of the last round, there were 2 other pseudopods down below here. They dove into the water.
Okay.
There's another one over here. And he went... Fairly inconsequential because you guys aren't down there, but that's, Sergio, it's your turn, sir.
I don't like how you said that. Fairly inconsequential.
It's not like the Jello cubes can go ahead and form into a gigantic Jello cube if there's a certain number of them in the water or something. That would be silly. Carry on.
So the square that my erstwhile alligator friend dove into.
Yes. I
want to cast Guiding Bolt there.
I like it. Would you tell me which square you would like to cast it in?
Whichever square that he dove down into.
Well, because he was large, so he was basically taking up these 4 squares here.
Okay.
He's now here.
I would say the one next to him then, to the right or to the left, right?
I like it. So this one here?
Right. Yeah.
Correct. I like it.
And it says that it's just toward a creature within range. Doesn't say that it has to be a creature that I can see.
Yep. Nope. I dig it.
And I'm going to cast it at 3rd level.
I like it.
And so, make sure I give him a spell slot. So it is 9.
9 damage?
No, it's a 9.
It's an attack roll?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. All right. You fire your guiding bolt into the pool.
And probably does nothing.
What? How much damage does it do?
It would do 20 radiant damage.
20 radiant damage. Okay.
And then any if it hits, any attack I have on it in the next round is at advantage.
I like it.
And with that, and then with my little eel buddy, because I still have him.
Yep, he's still kicking around.
He's still kicking around. I'm going to double move him. So I'm going to have him actually get right around here.
I like it.
And that will be my turn.
Fantastic. Sweet. So it is the acid elemental's turn. It surfaces from the water. How do I want to do this? I want to...
So quick clarification. I'm not going to take everything back because it's my fault, but I did not get my 6 temp HP when I transformed.
That's fine.
So I would not have been forced into my... I'm going to say that I did anyways, but I have 6 more hit points than I thought.
Yep.
Because I forgot to take those.
That's fine. Fair enough.
I'm still close to dead, just not as close.
You're right. Yeah, you're 6 hit points further away from
I'm
dead.
6 further away than I was, yes.
All right. So... okay. It's going to attack Michael and the eel, just because they're the only two creatures that it can see without moving. So let's see. It'll attack the eel first. That's a natural 20 on the eel.
Womp womp.
How many hit points does it have?
The eel has, I want to say it has 20.
20.
Yep.
Okay.
It's more than I have.
Well, it might not. Let's see.
But this is a part of me.
Oh, okay, true, fair.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that that you guys are cool with natural 20 double damage rules. That's cool?
That is.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So then the amount of damage that it did, is that right? Yeah, I guess that's right. Is 28. So the eel's gone.
Goodbye, Paul Atreides. We
All
hardly
right,
knew you.
And now you, Michael. It's a 6 to hit you. So
It's almost hit, but that is actually a miss for me.
it's like basically like splashes out at this with this like pseudopod looking thing at you, misses you, and then uses its reaction to disappear into the water again.
I scream out, "It should have been you, Farron! It should have been you!"
Excellent. Sweet.
So, question.
Yeah, answer.
If Guiding Bolt was successful, the creature would be glittering with like a fairy light, which is what makes it easy to see and hit on. So was it glittering with fairy light?
It was not glittering with fairy light.
I didn't think so.
No, it's pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty alpha roll.
Sorry.
I rolled
Sorry about that.
Natural 3 and then with the +6.
Yeah. Michael, the creature passes underneath you so I'm going to give you an attack of opportunity at disadvantage to see if you hit it.
All right. Something touched my foot.
Pretty much, yeah. Like a fish basically just like nibbled your toe.
So I rolled a 3 and a 4. With my pluses, that would be not very many, but I think it's like a 10, maybe.
No, that is unfortunately not going to be enough. Okay. But you know for sure that it moved underneath you, towards where our goat friend is over on the shore there. So
okay. It's going towards you, goat boy.
Jake, it's your turn, sir.
All right, man, I cannot.
What kind of perception does an eagle have?
So the passive perception is 14, but I have advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on sight. So is that my action to see if I can see him, or is that just a free action?
It's a free action to make a perception check and see if you can see him.
All right, so here we go. I'm rolling 2d20 because I have advantage. So that's a 10 plus my perception of 4 as an eagle, so that's 14.
All right. Let me see how he's stealthing around this time. Many. It would be a... What was your highest on the advantage?
14.
You do not see it.
All right. So I'm going to pick this point right here.
I like it.
And so every square within 5 feet, that's like I'm playing Battleship. Makes a dexterity saving throw. I'm going to use my action to call lightning.
Okay.
And so if he's within that, he takes 2d10 damage, which would be 15.
What's the DC on the dexterity save?
15.
Cool. All right. How much damage? What's the damage?
15 is the total. So 7 if he passed.
All right. Cool.
And then I have a bonus action spell for healing that says a creature of my choice that I can see within range of 60 feet. I need to double check to make sure. Look at that. You're 10 feet within me. All right, Michael. I'm going to give you some healing.
Yay.
2d4 plus 4. So you're going to heal for 7 damage.
Wait, I'm confused. How are you? Is it ranged healing?
Yeah, healing word, 60
Nice.
feet. Bonus action.
And he's not 60 feet away from you? He's not 60
50.
feet away from you. Look at that. Huh. All right. I like it.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Michael, then it is your turn after you just got pumped up a little bit.
All right. I'm going to turn back into a crocodile.
I like it.
I'm going to use my +7 to see if I can see the creature.
All right. Why don't you make your roll?
That is a 18, so it's 25.
25. You see the creature. He's over here.
All right. And then I'm going to call lightning where I see the creature.
All right. He'll make his dexterity save.
And it is a 15. I was wrong earlier, which you passed anyways, but it is 15 for me as well.
He'll succeed, but give me the damage.
Son of a biscuit.
Yeah, I know. It's like the only thing I can actually roll successfully tonight, so it's, yeah.
Josh, because I was looking for him, do I have eyes on where he was?
Well, you'll see the lightning. It went right there. There was a note.
Yeah, he'll be illuminated by the lightning, so like you'll know where he is. Yep.
All right. So I rolled
Excellent.
21 total, so that would be 10 for half.
I like it. He did save for half, so yeah. You guys are chipping away at this thing, man. Like you guys aren't doing a ton of damage to it at a shot, but you guys are definitely chipping away at it. So
all right. I moved 5 feet closer in that direction, but all right, I'm done.
Like it. Okay, after you, the pseudopods go, and they all dove into the water. And so they are, let's see. How far over the water are you flying, Jake? Are you still 40 feet?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Then they don't care about you.
I
Cool.
care about you.
Love lift us up where we belong.
All right.
I know the DM was trying to cause psychic damage there, but I care about you.
It's true. It's true. All right,
Up
Lewanika.
where the eagles fly.
Oh, not yet.
Since I know where
You got him started.
it is, yeah, you did. I am going to cast Entangle,
Ooh, tell me more.
which should restrain it. And Entangle is a concentration spell. It lasts up to a minute. It basically grasping plants, roots, and such sprout from the ground in a 20-foot square within range. I'm centering it on the creature.
Yep.
Makes the ground difficult terrain, and they disappear when the spell ends. Each creature other than me must make a strength save, or they will have the restrained condition until the spell ends. And that is a DC 14.
I like it. I need you to give me an Arcana check. Because you are meeting some resistance to casting your spell, and I need to see if you can push through it.
An Arcana check?
Please.
That is a 12.
Cool. It will unfortunately not make the DC. So you cast Entangle, and you feel like it doesn't want to work, like it doesn't quite want to go. And for a moment, you remember the poison cloud from the boat outside. That plant matter seemed to be decayed by it as soon as it touched. And as you're casting Entangle, you see some like dark, ashy plant material kind of float to the surface of the pool and then kind of disappear into puffs of smoke.
Okay. I had considered that as an option, but I wasn't sure how you were going to rule because it doesn't say that it's actual plants, and the fact that they disappear afterwards didn't give me a one way or the other. But I'm fine with it. I'm happy with that.
That's why I gave you the Arcana check, because I was like, it's one of those things like you're getting some resistance because of the nature of the lair, and so it's like the DC on the Arcana check was going to be 14, and so that's
I dig it.
Yep.
That said, I am, because I can do this, because I am wearing the Nature's Mantle, Cloak of Nature's Mantle. Basically, as a bonus action, hide in plain sight.
Are you wearing it as a
anybody trying? Oh, I'll try. I'm gonna not be a goat anymore.
Okay.
Still the goat in my eyes.
Thank you.
You'll always be a goat to me.
Yep. And I believe ending it actually takes that bonus action, correct? Or does it end on a whim as a free action? I'm not sure on that.
Yeah.
That is a great question, because if I can do it and hide, that's hot, but I'm fine if that's not the case.
Let's see. Let's look at the roll.
Well,
this is why we have them.
Uses. Nope, I can leave early as a bonus action. So
there you go.
Yeah, right. that is my bonus action.
Okay.
So I am no longer a goat. I am back to being me.
I like it. All right, Sergio.
So, because of the lightning's illumination, we can see the creature.
Yeah. Yeah, you saw it basically when the lightning flashed, it illuminated where the creature was, correct?
All right. So I'm going to move slightly closer. With my reaction, would you say I'm within 30 feet of this creature now?
You are.
Okay, so with my reaction, I'm going to use Cosmic Omen, Whoa. So whenever a creature that I can see within 30 feet of me is about to make a D20 test, I can take a reaction to roll 1d6 and subtract the result from its total. So
it's not about to go ahead and take a D20 test, though. So basically, you can use... Yeah.
When that time comes, I forgot I had that, and I'm like,
I like it.
That's pretty cool.
I like it.
But in the meantime, I am going to once again try Guiding Bolt.
I like it.
This time at second level. Let's see what we can do here. God bless, that's a natural one.
I like it. I like it.
You would.
Yeah. Okay.
You would.
Cool.
No one's got inspiration for me.
I do not.
Oh, they were a bard. What would a natural one in this circumstance do? Cool. All right. I'm going to basically let it recharge its ability instead of having to roll a 6 to do this.
And let's see here. And
not that you guys are in a position to really be fireballed, but that's acid.
Well, actually, I have a bonus action. I can use Produce Flame as a bonus action.
Yep. All right.
And yeah, I'm going to use that to just throw a little fireball at it.
I like it.
And 8's not going to hit either.
Where are you? What's that?
8's not going to hit either.
No, it's not. Sorry about that. All right. After you, he goes. So he will surge out of the water right in front of you, Lewanika, and he will try to hit you with both of his attacks.
Okay.
This is when that negative D6 would come into play. Right?
Yep. So I rolled a natural 1 on one of my attacks. What happens?
You rolled a negative 1?
I didn't roll a negative 1. I rolled a natural 1. Yeah.
Okay.
So he basically surges out of the water and he tries to attack you with his pseudopods. Why does he miss? What happens?
He misses because I'm just hard to see.
You're just a chill guy.
Yeah, literally. And he crashes prone on the rocks in front of me, awaiting my wrath.
He is immune to being prone. However, I will say that he ends his turn out of the water, so he can't use his reaction to hide.
Okay.
I'll give you that. I will give you a partial victory on that, since that was my negative 1. He cannot hide. So he is on the rocks. You were further away than he thought, and he thought you were still a goat. Yeah. So there he is. Jake, it is your turn. You can clearly see him. He's up on the rocks.
I think I'm gonna call lightning on him.
Call lightning right there, right? Perfect.
Yep.
Right, that spot right there. Perfect.
Yeah, just
Excellent.
I want to hit Lewanika too. Yeah,
that'd be perfect.
No,
Yeah,
just
that'd be a great
over
idea.
here. So it's Dex save.
Yep.
And 2d10.
I will not make the Dex save.
Ooh, that's 17 damage.
That's
Nice.
hot. Cool.
And then bonus action. I need to check my spell slots before I do this.
He is very angry. And
Good.
And,
that's the way I like him.
And not looking his acid monster best.
Spitting acid.
Yeah.
Since he's on Lewanika right now, I'm going to go ahead and cast a second level healing word as a bonus action on Lewanika. Lewanika, you will heal for 15 damage.
Cool.
Just to keep you safe. And then
Thank you,
I'm going to
sir.
fly over top of this island, be closer to my crocodile buddy.
I like it.
That's my turn.
And speaking of your crocodile buddy, it is your crocodile buddy's turn.
I am also going to call lightning.
I thought you went in front of me, or I would have healed you, Michael.
It's okay.
All right, you're gonna call lightning.
Yep.
You're gonna center it right there to get Lewanika too. Is that
Correct.
perfect? Yep.
He can take it now.
He can take it. You get the healing word. So let's gotta make a dex save first.
Yes, 15.
Natural 20 on the dex save. So
I'm crushing my mash. I rolled really well too.
I know.
So that is 29.
So 14,
No, that's wrong. 19. 24.
24.
So
Okay,
12.
so 12. Okay. He's still looking. If it is insult to injury,
Haggard?
had he not made that dex save, he would have perished. However, having made the dex save, he is not dead.
All right.
But
Hold on. Can I do any bonus actions? No. So, okay.
cool. All right.
I cry crocodile tears at my fetal attack.
It is the pseudopod's turn. Michael, one has jumped out of the water on your back and is flagellating you. That's a 12 to hit.
That will hit.
That will hit. I like it. Are you okay? So it's going to be some bludgeoning damage. 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
5 points of acid damage.
Okay. So I take 3 because of my temp.
I like it. And are you wearing any non-magical metal armor?
No.
Okay. I mean, you're a druid. You're probably not. So
I'm also a crocodile, but yes.
yeah, I like it. The other one surfaces out of the water and seems to jump at the big, gigantic acid elemental and kind of disappears into it.
Oh, it's healing.
No, he turns sides. He's helping us.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lewanika,
That's the only way to interpret that.
Lewanika, it's your turn.
That he perished in the attempt.
So the first thing I'm going to do is I just got to get it at its maximum ability to do damage. So I'm going to cast Thunder Wave at
Okay, yeah, you are.
at third level,
Okay.
and that basically creates a 15-foot square box. I'm gonna tag it for 4d8 thunder damage.
Is that a deck save or what do I got?
It is a con save 4d8.
Con save. Okay, I'm down with that.
And my save is 14, if I recall correctly.
I will not make it. So, let's do it up here, man. You got 22 points to get through with 4d8.
So that's going to be 12.
I like it.
Then my bonus action is going to be activating my subclass feature, which is Wrath of the Sea. I, at this level, have a 20-foot emanation, and anything within their range that sees me needs to make a 14 con save.
It's closing its eyes. I'm just joking.
Say again?
I said he's closing his eyes. He doesn't see you. DC 14 con save?
Yes.
Oh, no. So that's a natural 1.
Let's go. Wow, 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 wow.
So do I get to decide how I get to play that natural 1? Is that what I'm hearing?
You do it up, man. He's only got 10 hit points left, and it sounds like your emanation is going to do more than that. So you tell me.
So what's funny is my emanation would not have done damage to him because my emanation is cold. So I would like that to basically remove his immunity to cold.
I'm down with that. All right. Yeah.
So what it was going to do is 3d6 cold damage and push him 15 feet away from me. And my rotating around, basically, I was going to kick him further back on the land so he couldn't jump back in the water.
Yep.
But
well, instead, you just pushed him 6 feet in the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
You stomped him into a mud puddle and walked him dry.
So you're you're right. Yeah, you summon this cold damage. Yeah, go ahead.
Yep. So, and the 3d6, which I had prepped because I wanted to hit this, 10 points of damage.
It's exactly what you needed to go ahead and wipe it up. Yeah.
He took my thing.
And I crushed it, and like it ices up and shatters into a million little pieces. Shards of formerly acidy, gloopy goo are just like shattered there, and you just see like what would have been its kind of elemental eye looking pieces, and this shocked face. And I just say, "Talk, Slick, dead." Basically, not natural. Slippery, dead.
Nice. Well done. After slaying the gigantic acid elemental, all these rocks turn into oozes that jump into the pool, and then the green acidic corruption that is in the pool slowly begins to drain out through the bottom, as if returning to some infernal plane of sickness and corruption. Y'all have successfully defeated the elemental evil. Well done. Boy,
never had a doubt.
I mean, much like class warfares last year, and Lewanika backed me up on this, that was touch and go for a while. I wasn't sure how it was going to go, but really, once you guys really started kind of working together and made some really good rolls, and I started rolling like dog poop, was way easier for you guys to be successful.
Yeah,
that was my other class feature. Is I cursed your dice so that you would roll.
Yeah, no,
it's a meta power.
I like it.
Yeah. The best meta currency you can ever have when we're on the same side of the screen, my friend. In the first phase, in the skill challenge phase, the 2024 rules regarding the toolkit use, it's in there. It's actually fairly clear, but for whatever reason, it never jumped out of me in 2 or 3 readings of the basic rules. So that's just one of those things that, as we are ambassadors of the game, as we play and we talk to other people, and that is one of those things that we just want to mention and bring up because those are little things. As far as using VTT and D&D Beyond, just the little things like it'll let you do things you're not supposed to do. I don't recall it being quite like that with 2014, and maybe they're still working out the pieces on that now, but that can be challenging for new players because new players can learn very bad habits if they're allowed to do things that the game rules don't technically allow you to do. And I think there were some things that were there, but again, not terribly obvious. Like just the whole how you pick, put things on your sheet for sidekicks, companions, all of that is a little weird and a little difficult to find. So that could all be better. But I loved playing Druids. Like they are crazy powerful. And everybody always talks about don't sleep on Druids. I found myself because I want to have fun and I want everybody to have their moments, restraining myself because like 3 of us had call lightning. I'm sure, and somebody else had the starry spell or whatever. So I'm like, I'm going to pick things that nobody else is using, so we're not all doing the exact same thing. Most parties don't have all of one thing unless that's like a special feature or a convention kind of conceit. So you won't come across that often. But it does kind of speak to, we all built our characters quite independently, didn't like look at what each other were doing. The fact that we all landed on all the same spells speaks to a game design thing where if there are completely and utterly obvious choices, that's a concern. Like, yep. I would think with 4 of us who've been gaming for as long as the 4 of us have been gaming, we would have spread the spell type out a bit more. Yeah. And I noticed that we didn't.
Yep. I mean, it's also a matter of, we're going into this kind of blind, and we're trying to figure out, the best way, especially with spellcasters, is to, try to figure out what kind of spellcaster you want to be. Do you want to be offensive? Do you want to be defensive? Do you want to buff? Do you want to debuff? And so for me, like, I was trying to find a happy medium between stuff that was offensive but could also be defensive at the same time. Like, so that's why I chose like Thunderwave. That's why I chose Windwall, stuff that could potentially knock our opponents back as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and again, I am not in any way upset, but I did flavor my entire guy as ice. So a lot of the things I would have done normally were not going to work, including my special class feature, which gives me the ability to like center a point, and the land actually helps me do things, but it's all flavored as ice. Cold damage, so it wouldn't have worked. So the only reason I use Call Lightning is that's really the only thing I had at that point, because everything else I would have done really wasn't going to work because of a choice I made, which again, totally fine with, but it did make it a little bit difficult for me to participate other than the one thing that we knew worked.
I think I did you dirty on that one, Michael. I really should have.
I don't. I don't find. I think it was totally fine and fun, but just for like, if people are watching this or listening to this to figure out how the Druid works, that's the reason I made the choices I made, were because I kind of had hamstrung myself by going that way. Everything else would have not worked or been less damage. I don't know if it had full immunity to cold or resistance, but it would have been silly to use things that weren't going to be as good.
Speaking of how the Druids work, though, Jake, your ability to wild shape into wildly successful things, that makes that subclass pretty remarkable.
Oh yeah. Your druiding was so much better than anyone else's druiding.
Well, your druiding was the best druiding of all the druiding.
With this build,
if you're going to druid like this, druids.
I think you can almost go tank druid now. That seems like an obvious go with this, just because you get that bonus to your AC. You get kind of like your own pool of healing. Just like lay on hands with a paladin. Like you can heal yourself just by switching to something else. And there's so many spells that I didn't get around to using, that most of them are those you would cast it as a concentration, then you would wild shape. And then on those turns where I couldn't bite anymore because I was hurt, my mouth was melting, I was able to use that Call Lightning. I had one for Moonbeam that basically did the same thing of calling down the moon, and I had a flaming spear ready to go and flame blade. And so, I don't know. I really enjoyed it more than I thought I would, because usually it's like Druids, no thanks.
Yeah, I would say too that I know Jake and I both made a lot of concentration savings throws, and we made all of them. Yeah. So it's very possible that Call Lightning would have gone away just with a slightly different role.
Yep. Yeah, and I think that honestly, Jake, that conclusion is that's why we continue to go ahead and do this, because I think every time that we did this last year, also, we came away with the same conclusion. Like, man, I've never played a blah, 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 and I really had a lot of fun playing this blah, 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 now that I know how the blah, blah, blah can be used. So like that reaction is a normal one for this process. So,
and two things that didn't really come up, but are tied to this specific form, is technically my damage. I could choose it to be radiant damage. So this would even be good versus undead kind of things as well. Sure. And Michael, with the making our con saves, with this specific form, I'm able to add my wisdom modifier to my constitution saving throws. So it again helps keep those concentration spells up while you're taking all that damage, tanking out as an Allosaurus.
The one thing I didn't get to use that I was hoping, like my one gimmick that I tried to build with my magic items, I took the Gauntlets of Ogre Power, which gave me a 19 strength. One of my forms was an octopus. So I was going to grapple and argue for advantage on that because I have 8 arms and a 19 strength. So I was going to grapple and just hold something prone and let you beat the snot out of it. But unfortunately, we were fighting snot and that didn't work.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Snot plays by different rules.
One of the things that I noticed was, pardon me, Sergio, I think all the way from Texas, I'm catching it now.
Yeah.
Oh, don't blame me. I've been muted this whole time.
Right? One of the things that I noticed when we did Druids before was Moonbeam was crazy powerful in the 2014 class warfare. So I'm very familiar with that particular spell. And for all the consternation, hand-wringing, angry eyebrows, and hatred that Wati caught for nerfing the Druid, I very plainly say, I don't care. I think Druids are still sick, powerful. And if this is nerfed, and I played it before and I thought it was way powerful, specifically the Moon Druid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if this is the power level of something that got nerfed, damn, son.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think players, anybody who kind of watches folks like us who are on the interwebs always talking about things like that, we can read things and say, yes, this is fundamentally and mathematically rough or less, but the reality is always when you're rolling dice. And the reality is this is still crazy powerful, crazy fun. I loved it.
Yep. Yeah, no, I agree. This is a ton of fun. And thank you all for kind of running through the scenario. For those out there listening, this is not the first time that you will see this scenario. So maybe keep your eye out on
Not the last time.
Right. Is that what I said?
No.
No. Is that not what I said? So,
that is fundamentally not what you said. But we knew what you meant.
Yeah. This is not the last time you'll see this encounter. Be paying attention maybe sometime next year after we're done with the factions book about what's coming up next. But Jake, Sergio, Michael, thank you as always for joining us. I appreciate the time. You guys are an awful lot of fun to throw dice against. So and we will we'll be back next month with our Ranger adventure. So that'll be a good one. I'm looking forward to that one an awful lot. I get to play on that one, so that'd be fun. So Until then, thank you very much. This is Class Warfare. Please leave your comments down below. Leave your thoughts down below. Let us know what we got right. Let us know what we got wrong. Let us know what you enjoyed. Let us know what you didn't enjoy. All of the above. Any option D, if you will. That's our game for tonight.
Before we head out, can I just have all of you who are joining us tonight throw out your bona fides where people can find you, where they can see you before we wrap up for the evening.
Yeah, let's go reverse order this time. Now, Jake, start with you.
Hey, you can check me out on the RPG Academy YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/the RPG Academy. We got some good stuff with Lewanika over there, so if you want to come check it out.
Yep, I like it. All right, Sergio, Michael, we know where you can find you. Sergio, how about you?
D&D Lorecast, the Dungeons and Dragons Lorecast, anywhere you get your podcasts. And then as far as social medias, we're everywhere. The letters D&D Lorecast, X/Twitter, Threads, Blue Sky, TikTok, Instagram, Zanga, LiveJournal, everywhere.
LiveJournal. That's MySpace. Yeah, it's
MySpace. Yeah, exactly.
To be fair, if it's shaking, Sergio's bacon.
Exactly.
So you can tell me that D&D Lorecast has like a GeoCities website? Is that?
Yep.
Ooh, that's the Wayback Machine.
Angel Fire, baby. Angel Fire.
This is supposed to come out in January. I will be at River City Con at the end of January. If anybody's going to be in Louisville, Kentucky for the River City Con, I'll be there.
Well, fantastic. Michael, I'm sure that we will see you lots more over on this channel over here at Tabletop Journeys. So, all right. Well, thank you everybody for listening. Again, we'll be back next month with Rangers. Until then, have a good night. Awkward wave, everybody.
Thank you. See you next month.